All right, folks, back from lunch break. I think I'm going to give our players the all set. I think they're just going. So here we are. It's the afternoon session on day two. Will here once again, and just as I was yesterday, we've got Brian alongside me running the scores, commentating. How are we feeling today, Brian? Looking forward to four more games.
Oh yeah, feeling great. I saw that she's 3-0 in session-ending games. She had a big score last time, so and especially after seeing her games yesterday, I'm excited to see four um, hard-fought battles here.
Yeah, me too. I think actually I had the clocks correct. So Neil, I believe, going first in this game. So the fact that it's his clock running, I think this is what we're looking at here. So we'll soon get confirmation if we see a move be played with tiles that we're not looking at right now. We'll know that it actually is Neil going first and the clocks are correct. So once we get that, we should be all set from the production standpoint. So yeah, hopefully we get lots of people stopping by to watch some fun Scrabble, and yeah, we'll see what kind of magic that H2B spins for us in these games here. Looking over the top group in the standings, some pretty crazy results. Jason Keller has not technically lost a game yet.
Yes, I saw
11 and a half and 1.5. He has a tie. That is his only non-win. I guess it's fair to say that's undefeated, right, Brian? I don't know.
good. Lossless.
Yeah. So I'll put the standings up again and we'll pin this up.
I mean, it's similar to how Magnus Carlsen had a really long undefeated streak, and I think a lot of people who don't know chess so well thought that meant he literally won that many games in a row. But
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So the
no,
semantically it's accurate, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Um, it just because in Scrabble, as in chess, I suppose you get credit for that half a win and half a loss. So anyway, cardio comes down for Neil. Looks like a nice way to score decently with mostly low point tiles. Probably no good way to keep that good of a lead with those letters. So now, what I feel like Heidi for sure is going to have bingos somewhere here, if I had to guess. What other than, I guess I think ductless is a word, and maybe duelists, studdles, I also think, is that a word? I think it is, yeah. So I think she actually has a number of playable bingos. Oh, but tussled, yeah, of course. Tussled is there. Hey Penumbra, hey Kirados, hello 64-bit Scrabble, good to see you too. All right, tussled, very nice.
I'm sorry, I off to a bad start with displaying the score and stuff. Let me get that
Oh,
fixed.
uh, yeah. Is there any? Sorry, I didn't even think to like check on that or anything. Oh, there you go. I think you got it now.
So tussled.
Neil is showing us his rack. That's nice.
Stream, okay.
This isn't about you, Neil. Just kidding. It's very nice of him to think of us in that way. He had a very vowel heavy rack. It was something like A E O O U, so he's not dealing with good tiles here. So good start for Heidi with tussled. What other bingos were there out of curiosity?
Oh, I'll have to go back. Yeah, I'm relieved. I thought he was actually showing Heidi his
Oh
time.
yeah, here. What do you think? What can you do with this?
Okay.
Yes. Hey Kiri. Yes, we did go offline during lunch break. If you're coming from my YouTube channel, so I released another video today where in my pinned comment there I advertised that if you want more Will Anderson comment, but content I should say, and comment plural. Um, so yeah, you can
So,
head on over here. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, sorry, to answer your question. Yeah, Tussled was tied for the highest scoring. I mean, yes, looks very nice. She had Ductless and Strudels, Studdle,
Strudels.
and duelists.
So four of the six letters of Cardios gave her a bingo, but tussled certainly a very good option. Probably scores about as well as ductless. So yeah, nicely
Say
spotted.
exactly as well. In fact,
Exactly as well. All right, there you go. So maybe better positionally on that basis, or maybe not. It's hard to know. Ductless, um, two double doubles. Actually, I guess three double doubles available on the board after this play, whereas ductless would leave one. So that's the only um, negative of it. But yeah, let's see what to do. This is not a very good set of letters. Of course, she's going to wait for Neil to make his play
we could
before.
talk about what he could do. Did you remember what he had?
Yeah, it was something like, I know it was a bunch of vowels. Did somebody catch it and write it up there? No, not yet. Or I think it was like, oh, there we go. AEEOORU. Yikes. Not
I
so good.
can go ahead and
So,
um, for him and see what his options are. Cooey, just dropping two O's and two E's. Yeah, there we go. Very well done.
yeah, that's good enough. This is a word where if you're watching this and maybe you aren't mega Scrabble nerd like all of us, which we proudly affiliate as, this is a really really helpful word to add to your arsenal. Just with the four, any word really with four vowels and one consonant is going to be super helpful to learn. So this one shows up a lot, and it's actually a verb. I feel like it's that, that call to animals, like cooey.
Cooey.
Nice. Much better cooey from you.
Yeah, I'm here for the sound effects to complement your arsenal.
Very good. Yeah. Do I even have to run the soundboard today? I guess not. I guess I'll be ready for it in case we need it. I'll bring it up. We have air horns. We have, booing
Word,
sounds.
those two words you just said.
Yes, exactly.
Air
The
horns.
the origin of air horns, the reason why we started playing those on the stream is that Heidi played air horns as a bingo, which was a very nice find on a rack where she had no other playable bingo, except it's not a word somehow. So it got challenged off, which is pretty brutal. But yeah, so that's why we started playing the air horns. And when she discovered that after the fact, she was a fan of that, by the way. So no issues there. So this is a very annoying set of letters with the V, the G, and the W all together. You'd love to get rid of as many of those as possible. But maybe you can almost certainly only get rid of two of the three. So I guess, yeah, a couple interesting ideas. 64-bit Scrabble saying vow. Sorry for my poor V location. But yeah, this seems all right, just to get rid of the two crappiest letters and set up your A in case you luck into a bingo. You're almost certainly going to play it. I'm sure there are a number of other reasonable options. Maybe you play something here parallel. I don't know. Is there any other? Is there like a star? Oh, wig here is probably a little better.
Yeah,
Um,
as 4-bit Scrabble mentioned, that's the top equity play. Vow is also very nice. Wilga in the same spot as Wig.
yeah, that's more tiles off the rack, but certainly a little dangerous setting up a nice big S hook on a board that doesn't necessarily have one.
These are all
So, vlog is the play here. So, a good question about what rack leave are you hoping for in a situation like this? And I feel like the answer is some combination of AICL and then whatever else you have to keep. Okay, I saw it. It was Gaumier. So he has Gaumier on his rack. Let me flip the board. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's got. And look at that. J and an X. So yeah, on a turn like that, it is not going to really be that easy to keep a leaf that you're really happy with. But I think the nice thing about just playing Vow is that you at least know for sure that you get the two crappiest bingo tiles off the rack and score decently while you're at it while setting up your A. So I think that was probably a little bit better than Vlog, but maybe Heidi doesn't want to make the A hook. So yeah, Vow would have backfired spectacularly here because Neil would be playing Gaumier for sure. So
Looks like
he's
no playable bingo.
no playable bingo, you say?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yikes! Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, suggestion of migrate through the T of tussled. That looks fine. Yes, you keep the U, and you do keep you make an E hook. That's not that scary, but it's worth mentioning, of course. But yeah, for a good number of points, I often say these things, Brian, that sound really bad after I say them, which is I often find myself saying things like, for 50 points, I would do just about anything. Like, what I mean by that is you would break basically any Scrabble rule. You would break the rule of not wanting to keep a U, but it sounds more nefarious once that comes out of my mouth. Oh boy. Um,
So, okay. Don't clip that either. Um, so I just want to take a moment to clarify, just in case you're newer to the game. Um, what I'm looking at here is an engine that very quickly just ranks the best plays according to what we call equity. And equity is the actual score of the play plus a numerical value that kind of measures how good the letters you keep are. That's what we call the leave. Um, so having said that, migrate, as we were mentioning, that double double, um, was his top equity play. It would have scored 40 points and just kept a U, which isn't good. That's not a good leave, but 40 points is, for 40 points, I'd do almost anything.
I would literally do anything for 40 Scrabble points.
But Mauger, um, yeah, it's a bit of a drop in equity, but wonder what his thought process was there. But it seems like you're pointing out a big play here.
Yeah, if she knows it, she might not know that Jaxie. I feel like she must have seen this at some point, just with the high point tile fives. That would be a great play for her here. It's actually surprisingly tough to find any other good plays through this E. If
Uh,
I'm Neil, I would be very nervous about putting an E in the triple lane after a play like this, which signals a lot of consonants in reserve, right? Like Heidi didn't play a vowel at all on this move, so her odds of having consonants are a little bit higher, and that means the odds of an E coming to the rescue to save an otherwise brutal set of tiles is kind of high. Jaxie is feels like it's a lot better than any other play here, but if she doesn't know that word for sure, it's going to be much tougher to navigate this one.
that's why it's very important to study words up to 5 letters um, containing J, X, Q, and Z. Um, well, you got to get up there, but at around this level, I would expect Heidi to at least have seen this word, but it could be hard to spot. You you don't usually expect to be able to play both your J and your X. um,
Yeah, for sure. Um,
it's by far best play here.
yeah, just scores a ton. The WIC leave is nothing to write home about, but given all of these clunky high point tiles, it's about as good as you can wish for. So yeah, it's going to be tough. The fact that she hasn't played,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
oh,
Coming, she's
very
smiling.
nice. The smile comes out as she spots this. There we go. Very nice.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when she sees it. Sometimes you just got to give yourself that time.
Yeah,
Um, there's probably a great play here. You don't see anything great yet.
and then yeah,
Yes,
the bulb goes off just in time. And yeah, we like the slang. The posterior is a nice. I like that definition. Also, it's kind of um, delightfully sort of bland. I'm
Yeah, kind of
sure. Yeah.
like an orca being a marine.
Yes, an orca is a marine mammal. Oh, look at this. Let me flip the board up. Neil
Trying
showing
to
us some. I think I saw two Bs. Oh my God. Citywide. She definitely sees it, and it's going to play through the D of cardios. No way she doesn't see that. Look how she has it set up.
awesome. Okay, Vibey is the play.
She's going for this for sure. I feel like we see her definitely go for plays that she sees, but maybe she's not 100% sure of. This is a valid word. Maybe she is 100% sure of it, but I think even if she isn't,
It's coming.
she's going for it here, which is pretty sick.
Wow, that's a tough word to see. A
Very.
compound like that,
But
and with the play.
she spotted it before we could even say anything. She already had it lined up. So this is just a question of courage. Oh man.
We know she has the courage. We saw her play isomeres as a triple triple, which actually might have risked the game if it weren't good.
Let's
Uh,
go. Let's go. That's
Blank.
crazy. What a play. That is very nice. What can
I
you
should have held
say?
back. I should have held back to wait for the +5 possibility. Are we gonna get that?
Yeah, I mean, Neil might know this word, but I do also feel like this is the exact sort of word that 5 point challenge was made for to just whatever, let's give it an extra five, right? Words like this that should be quote unquote good are often somehow not. But yeah, I do feel like this is pretty normal word overall. Looks like Neil is not thinking too hard about challenging. That's correct on his part. But yeah, Heidi's going to go up by a fair margin here. She was already up 145 to 92, and she's going to get a bunch more for that very lovely bingo for sure. And look at the draw. Oh, raw bone. Okay, that is a valid word in Collins and it does fit. So I'm curious if Neil knows that. It definitely fits right here at a minimum. Maybe there's something better. But, and look at that. I think kenosis, she had that set up for a second. Kenosis is a word. I think kenosis is a word as well. I feel like my spider sense says it is. Let me just quickly.
Your spider sense? How formal.
Oh, it's only in Collins. Is that a word? Oh my God. Kenosis is in NWL, but I guess it's only pluralizes kenosises. So, um,
Yeah,
oh,
we saw.
we saw it. We saw it. Oh, look at this. She's gonna play wokeness if she can get a W. That would be funny. Where can Neil put a W out in space to let her do this? Probably nowhere. I don't think there is any place that makes sense. What is he doing?
We saw.
he's thinking he's thinking about
Oh,
us too much.
he's showing like what he's thinking. Like
Yeah, yeah. That's
rearranging.
I mean, that's nice of him to think of us in that way, but I also feel like he should not be worrying about us as much. He's
Yeah.
got a tough situation on his hands. Actually, yeah, Brian, if we give Heidi her citywide points, but
Oh,
yeah, she's gonna pop up. So the only reason I asked that is that you can see Neil has a pretty rough situation on his hands here. Oh my God! And look at this. Heidi now has to decide whether she wants to play Kenosi's and Browns. She had it lined up. It is valid, but I would be scared to try that just because, again, I don't know. You can just like go to the well here and play more words that feel good but could be phony. And if you keep doing that, maybe at one point you pick one on the wrong end of it. But this would also be valid. So,
I feel like
uh,
with this lead, it makes it tough. In one sense, you want to put the pressure on, but you also, would hate to, blow what seems like a sure win by being
yeah.
too risky.
Yeah, exactly. Like when the game is closer to even, maybe going for it without, like with Citywide, there was just nothing that was going to be even close to as good as that. Whereas here, you're in a really good position. You have two S's. You can play stuff that does not use either S, and know that the odds of you getting a play here are really great because look, there's two S's on the board, two S's here. The odds of you getting the S hook to hit there are so high. Um, oh, cool. That's a great find. 64-bit Scrabble, Brian.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, keynotes. I was gonna let you bash this one out of the park here, but that is a cool consolation prize. Probably is worth putting an S on, which looks really weird, but keynoter is also valid, and you don't want your opponent hooking keynoter going down here. So putting the S already kind of makes sense because you have two of them, and you can spend one. You're giving your opponent Neil a lot of information if you just put an S on for only 4 more points. Normally we love those S's too much for that. Okay, she's gonna play Oak. So, oh yeah, keynoted as well. Good call. So we are not going to see keynoses and browns. I really feel like that is kind of a sensible risk aversion if you're not 1,000,000% sure of that word, Brian. So it sounds like you agree from what you were saying before.
Yeah. Um, so I'm waiting to see if, yeah, we have retina plus eye, right?
Inertia. Yeah, inertia.
Um, so I was just thinking that, when somebody is playing on stream, there's this so-called stream effect where you um, might feel a bit nervous knowing that people are watching you play, and you might be especially nervous to possibly miss a bingo because people are watching you. And I'm realizing that Neil here is giving himself the stream effect possibly. We saw him miss a couple chances. Like you said, he is being especially nice, not only thinking of us, um, who might be curious about his letters, but also putting pressure on himself because we're also going to be talking about what he sees and doesn't see.
Yeah. Not even just the letters, but that turn where he's showing us like multiple configurations of the letters where like yeah, it's okay, man. Just go through your thought process and we'll do the rest. So yeah, in any case, doesn't look like Heidi drew something with Browns, but in the chat, we're all realizing, Brian, this is like the ultimate troll. It seems like Neil has inertia on his rack, but nowhere to play it on this
Oh,
board, despite having. So, with that rack, this C would give you a bingo in Collins of Arenitic, but that would go one square off the board, so you do not have that available. And then it just happens that there is nowhere to actually get this down. You could play a bingo ending in E or S or even O here with other stuff, but inertia doesn't fit the bill there. So this is very annoying. If you're Neil already down by 100, you've got a bingo on your rack, and you're going to have to come up with something that isn't a bingo here. That's a bit of a troll.
uh, another thing he's doing is he's making me feel empathy for him. Yesterday we were feeling absolutely no empathy for her opponents, but since he's been showing a bit of himself in his racks, I can't help but feel a little bad for him right now.
Yeah,
Maybe it
agreed.
is time to, um, you know, curry favor with the audience. Um,
Yeah, you either stream long enough to you stream and win games, or you stream and you lose games, or you win enough to become the villain. I'm trying to come up with one of these like isn't there a phrase about that where you live long enough, you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain or something?
yeah, there's a movie quote in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's like a Batman. I don't know, whatever. There's too many superhero movies. Is that a hot take?
Got to create a lane that doesn't just take the S that you don't have.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation. Um, how do you even do that? That's super annoying. I'm just looking around. I mean, ugh, just playing AI right here. That's pretty annoying, but maybe that's fine. Um, Seems like I'm not the only superhero movie skeptic. I'm okay to have a good superhero movie once every 3 or 4 years, but it seems like we get like 10 a year, and it's like, all right, Great. Um, cool powers, bro, or gals.
Yeah, we need like Quirado says we need more Scrabble movies. Searching for Nigel Richards would be great.
That's true.
We can make it basically a shot-by-shot remake of Searching for Bobby Fischer, except replace chessboards with Scrabble boards. That would be an excellent movie.
That would be great. Shot for shot remake. That would be fantastic. Uh
How
oh, is
about
she gonna play Nays? Oh, this is a phony. Oh God, this is not what she wants to do here. She just needs to replace this with an E, and she's gonna be fine. Oh, yikes. Let's hope this doesn't backfire. Neil's challenging this every time here. I cannot imagine he won't. It's very reasonable to. It kind of looks like a word. Neil hasn't done anything yet, but Heidi hasn't drawn tiles. So yeah, simple way around this one is if you're not sure about this word, just change the N into an E. Even if you're keeping NNS, this is a nice way of blocking the new lane and scoring a good number of points. No challenge yet, though. Who would play Nigel? Oh man, that is a good one. Who would play Nigel in a film about Nigel? Can we get Billy Bob Thornton with a massive beard or something? Is that too weird? I mean,
he talk like he's
he
a
doesn't
blade?
talk right. He doesn't talk mild mannered enough.
Let's do the Sling Blade voice. It works for
No,
any role.
I don't know about that. Wow, is Neil not challenging? He just held up his rack, and now Heidi has Narines. We actually saw that word in a previous game this morning. Jason Ubika. What's up, Savvy? Good to see you. We're doing good. Of course, we're watching Heroine to Birds here, Heidi, and she will be checking in between rounds. Oh, she sees her bingo. So if Neil does not challenge this, which I feel like she drew her tiles, like we're continuing on, I think Neil is not challenging. So that's very surprising, and he's just going to play Vintry. I'm very, very surprised by that. He was sort of given a good situation there on a silver platter. We're not crazy, right, Nays?
Yeah, no, I put in yes, no into Quackle.
Yeah.
Yes to keep it on the board, no to not have it challenge off.
She's going to challenge Vintry, which will come back good. That's a reasonable one to I would say to challenge, just because it looks kind of weird. But it's going to come back good, and then if she wants it, she can play Narines right here and just continue to run the score up.
This might backfire a second way in reminding Neil that he is allowed to challenge and only risk 5 points.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
with a icon,
That's
not sure.
that's that is surprising, the lack of a challenge there, because the game situation so warrants it from his perspective, right? Like if you're even remotely unsure. So yeah.
So I'll give him.
So all right, extra five. He's gonna move up on the scoreboard to whatever that was, plus five, 179. And yeah, we're going to see a bingo here for sure. I have to assume she knows this one, and there's a perfect place for it right here. Oops, board's going to get flipped. Um, so yeah, I have never actually seen Searching for Bobby Fischer, which is being discussed in the chat right now. I feel like that could be a big hole in my cinematic knowledge. Is that something that I need to rectify?
Yes.
There you go. Nice, simple answer. I'll get on that. Hopefully, that's. Yes, I am manually flipping the board. I have a hotkey that does it. Check it out.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty sick, right? Um, so yeah, all I have the sickest flipping skills in the East. And all right, wow, this is interesting because I'm surprised it seemed like she so confidently set Narians up on the rack there that I'm a little surprised to not see it be down. Oh no, is she going to spell it with EIN? No. Okay.
She's done this before. She has it
The slow roll. Yes. Yeah.
inverted on her rack, but she fixes it when she puts it down.
Yeah. So the lead is going to go from bad to worse for Neil. Um, Yeah, that is a tough break. She gets it down, and she's going to go up by 170 odd points. So this is impressive for sure. Any movies with actually good Scrabble gameplay? Not really. There is a movie that I remember we watched at a nationals one time, which had literally it had the climax of a woman who was really good at Scrabble, realizing she's good at Scrabble, play the S hook of zebras. She won the championship of Scrabble by playing Zebras. There was literally a movie about that. Rafi Stern came up with that movie, and there was a screening of it at a nationals. I don't remember the name, but he would know it. Does anybody remember? Does anyone in the chat remember this at all? Um, I'm not crazy. This happened. Just to be clear.
Um,
Yeah. So all right. So Neil, in a world of trouble here. Heidi draws decently. Probably doesn't have a bingo, but I'm sure at this point it's pretty late in the game and she's up massively, so she doesn't have to worry super much. Um, so
looking
yeah,
great.
yeah, she's in very good shape here. Dupnoia, I don't think so. Um, Yeah, I actually have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel talking about Scrabble in pop culture. There are actually many, many, many very brief Scrabble scenes in movies, but very few like people who are commonly playing Scrabble in movies. Like it's like a one-off or TV shows really. It's like a one-off scene, usually played for laughs, and then Scrabble is never seen or heard from again on the show. So it's like they're filling a Scrabble quota. But we would love to have something where Scrabble is a more ubiquitous presence in the show, of course, like the Queen's Gambit, but for Scrabble. That would be incredible. Um, so Fa is the play for Neil, opening up a little bit. There are no S's left, so if he has the second blank, maybe he's trying to hit this. But yeah, Heidi's still in very good shape here. Brian, does she have anything cool that she can do? Maybe not.
Let's check it out. Up dove?
Oh yeah, something up here. Up,
Which we would
yeah.
also up dove. Unpaved maybe is more
So
humanly possible to find.
yes. So just for the record, that is not a bird. It is the past tense of a very oxymoronic word of up dive.
Up dove.
Yeah. So I feel like up dive has always been one of the stupider words that I'm aware of because I feel like diving is all about down, down. I feel like diving goes down. How are you diving up? But I
Yeah.
guess you can do that. All right, what are we seeing here? Oh, is she? Oh, she's. It seemed like she was about to maybe play unpaved, but she's thinking to herself, "Do I want to risk it?" But once again, she would come up good on the risk. Except nays, she got away with nays. So I guess that was also coming up good on the risk because Neil did not
So
challenge.
given that our heroine here is a heroine to birds, would she be known to um, lift up a dove?
Yeah, up
That's what I was
dove.
thinking.
Of course, she would up dove. So yeah, that would definitely be good. Scrabble manga being or anime being suggested. Yeah, that's not the first time
Like
I've heard that suggestion. Are you
like
have a thought on that, Brian?
yeah, yeah, something like Hikaru no Go, where a Go playing spirit inhabited his soul and forced him to go to a Go club and play for the first time, um, and hilarity ensued, and a great show commenced. Something like that. Well, like sorry, that was a manga first, and then it became an anime. Um, Still to this day, my favorite anime, Hikaru no Go. So if we could have a Anderson no Scrabble,
That would be great. I
that would go a
guess.
long way to increasing popularity of this lovely game.
I'm a little overexposed as it is, so it could be somebody else. I would be fine. So Dura is Heidi's play, blocking the I and to a large extent the C of Citywide, though not completely, of course, because the C can still be played across. I would be very happy to cede the main character in that anime role to anyone, really. That's fine by me. I would just be thrilled for such a thing to come into existence. But yeah, that would be great.
It's interesting she didn't play Duro.
That's a fair point. Yeah. Maybe just more sure of this word or not thinking about it. I don't think the unseen tiles really have too much to do with that. So yeah, maybe just the tiniest oversight there. But she has good scoring tiles. She's going to continue to pile on. Yeah, this has been rare that, as you said, Brian, we haven't had too many antagonists on the stream that have inspired us to pity them at all. So I actually do feel kind of bad for Neil. Though I would say he could have played Rawbone and he could have challenged Nays, but apart from that, he's definitely gotten hit repeatedly by some very big plays.
Yeah, it feels so nice with a big lead like this to get a good mix of scoring tiles, just pile on. So let's see what our options are here. Do you see anything worth mentioning? Well, there's a very tough. Her best play is a very tough find, but
Best play is a tough find, huh? Okay, let's think about that. What could that mean? Um,
but there's a more reasonable play that's very close.
no, nothing. I'm looking through the U of Mauger to see if there's any cool overlaps there. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that looks fantastic. She's gonna play Flow, continuing to block and score. That seems pretty good. I'm happy to hear the
Um,
cool.
well, so a normal play, Fop next to Ems and Da, would have been a nice play, but slightly better in valuation was Fangle, or sorry, yeah, Fangle next to Kui. uh, to the
Fangle. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a very high degree of difficulty play. Welcome, Nancy. Nice to have you. We are playing some Scrabble here, or I guess fair to say we are watching our streamer play some Scrabble today, and she draws the second blank as well. Just a very charmed game. Yeah, Fangle, the play Brian is suggesting. That would be really snazzy. But the nice thing about Flow is it continues to block a little bit. Now you cannot play. Oh, wow, that was really bad telestration. Now you cannot play off of the C anymore. There we go. That was better. Um, so yeah, she is in extremely commanding position, and when we look at the unseen tiles, I think these are probably from Neil's POV. But either way, the Q, the Z, other tiles still lurking, which are going to make it very difficult for Neil to have a bingo if he has either of those. So yeah, oh there, okay, that looks right. So good bingo tiles, but not if he's drawn the Q or Z.
did he show us his rec, or has he given up?
He stopped doing, yeah, he
At this
stopped
point,
doing
I
that.
would not be in the
He
mood.
I think he's, yeah, I think he would be justified to have, ceased doing that. Oh, maybe he did do it. Okay, he showed us again. He's sticking to it. He has EGHLORU. So nothing to the G that I'm aware of. Sorry, to the D. I said G because there actually is a bingo at that rack to the G of Rough Leg, which is not going to play here. So yeah, not 100% sure.
Well, um, since I have Heidi's letters in here right now, I'm just taking a look at what she could play if it were her turn. One of her best plays forms the word paw, uh, which which comes to mind from Nancy versus Nancy's emote there. Lovely emote of a cat there. Um, so yeah, she could play ump and paw.
Yeah, just ump, which still fits. Neil plays hog. Seems reasonable. He's trying to keep his E. He does keep a U along with it, but he's definitely trying to gun for a bingo ending in D here. Not the straightest line I've ever drawn. Let's try again. There we go. That's where he wants to play. So yeah, 4 tiles in the bag. That makes me feel like ump is a reasonable play just because if I'm Heidi here, I'm up by 130. I definitely cannot lose the game by leaving this open, and I've got the blank. So I feel like playing short, going for that bingo. There we go.
There it is. There's the
Nicely
puck.
spotted. So this has been pretty impressive. Literally, her only real mistake in this game, I guess, not playing kenosis, which I feel like even that, given the uncertainty surrounding that word, that made some sense to me. But yeah, the yeah vlog was probably also not the best, but then she did better than we thought by playing nays, which I feel like I would have played ease there, leaving NNS. And now she has drawn quite well. I don't know. I'm still looking if she has something ending in D, but oh yeah, pronated. There we go. I saw a couple other bingos to the D, but pronated could finish this off with a bang if Neil goes out, or rather
Let's
if
see.
he empties the bag.
Let's see if anyone can find the highest scoring bingo, and and just go ahead and say it in chat.
Oh my god. It's like Pondintal or something. Dip. I bet it's through DIL. I don't know
No, it's
what.
just to the D. Just to the D.
Oh, just to the D? Oh, okay. So it's not, it's better than pronated?
Indeed.
Huh.
Slots the P in the right place.
Oh, interesting. All right, hold on. Let me have a look at this. I'm going to try not to look at chat and see if I can come up with this before it's spoiled. Somebody's probably going to spoil it. Phonated, no. Antipode doesn't fit. Tampon, there it
Yes,
is.
tampon.
Had to get to M in the alphabet there. So, all right, let's see what she does. They're confirming the score. Oh
No.
my gosh. No hesitation to spot what is not quite, but is incredibly close to the best available play. Another bingo. She's going to get Neil with the Z, and this is an absolute bludgeoning of poor Neil Gan. Stop. He's already dead.
Nice Simpsons reference.
And this bingo comes down 521 to 299. Muffin Heidi did. Very, very nice play by her. The only bingo available in that position as well. So she definitely nailed a number of key turns in this game where the best play was significantly better than anything else. Jaxie, Citywide comes to mind. Um, Certainly, Narines was probably the only bingo there. Tussled as well to start. It was definitely a very good performance by her. Yeah, Muffin's asking he's got the duality of man here, the duality of heroine to birds. Plays citywide with a blank as the only bingo, then plays nays when it is completely unnecessary to do so, but gets away with it. Um, and yeah, it was definitely better than the valid words that would have played there. So yeah, seriously though, joking a little bit, but that was actually a very, very, very well played game overall against a very solid player in Neil. So we got to give her kudos for that. I think we have a system now, Brian, where Heidi is going to be able to come on Zoom. I think we went through that at lunch. So in that case, you actually will be able to hear her,
What if I don't
and
want to?
I could tell her she's not welcome on the Zoom, or I can just boot her. I can set up the waiting room
Okay,
on Zoom, and when she tries to join, I'll just reject her, and
do
she
it.
can just go back to trying to play, which is what she's supposed to be doing.
After that,
Um,
after that game, I'm just seeing, how mean of a person she is, just scoring what 222 more points than her opponent.
it is a little rude
And
to.
going out, sticking them with a Z, just unnecessary, Heidi.
Yeah, we can save that, and you can tell her that in just a minute when she joins this call, as I believe she's about to do. Um, which is going to be very funny if that happens. So, all right, nice win. She's going to go to 6-7. Her next round opponent is George McCauley, who is 4-9. Tough tournament for George. That goes a lot. That says a lot about the strength of the field. George McCauley starting out firmly in the 1700s at the outset of this tournament. Now dropping into the 16s with a tough field here at Niagara. So she's working on it. I see the headphones coming on. George McCauley. We will get ready for the next game.
Let's leave this score up as long as we
Oh
can.
yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. I can do Neil's name before we get George to the board, just so he can continue to stew in the shame of this loss. All right, there we go.
Hey.
We got Heidi on the call. Brian, you can hear her okay, right?
Sure. Chat, let me know if there's some echo. Hopefully not, because I'm not using headphones at the moment, but I could if there are sound problems. But great game, Heidi.
Thank you. Yeah, it's total bagging for Neil.
Yeah, don't you feel a little guilty about that?
Yes,
I mean,
I
no. See, that's funny because we knew she probably would. But yeah, that was very, very impressive. Citywide, that's one of the best plays and finds that we've seen in a while. That was fantastic. You saw it instantaneously. You probably should know that Nays is actually a phony, and Neil did not challenge it. Yeah.
He held it for a long time.
He did not challenge, yeah. So that's the only blemish, really, and
But
it worked out better because you
Yeah.
undoubled your ends. So
Yeah.
just a very, very impressive game with so many nice plays, and yeah, that feels good. You're almost back to 500. Takes one more game now.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, if you could continue to bingo 4 times a game, that would be
Yeah.
That's
That would
all
be
you
great,
got to
yeah.
do. Yeah. So, yeah. What else? I mean,
What did you think about Dura?
that was fine. It looked like you were getting ready to potentially play unpaved, right? You had
Yeah.
your U, and that
Yeah.
actually is.
I should have held it hard.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Oh, Neil. Okay,
Yeah.
I have the board audio muted. Oh, but you could hear it through there. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, unpaved seems fine. Dura
I
blocks a
just
little
was
bit
like
more.
the queue is out still,
Sure,
so
sure.
I didn't want to put the U up there.
Oh, makes total sense. Yeah, that's also a really good observation. I wasn't even thinking about that, so that's definitely
Yeah, it
a
was
great.
like up dove or unpaved or whatever, but yeah, it was too dangerous.
There you go.
So, I mean, you might have played Duro there instead.
Oh, Duro. So yeah, I did. That's just a word knowledge thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
tiny, tiny stuff there. I mean,
It's-
those are
But
not.
weren't you proud of me for all the blocking stuff, which I don't normally do?
We are proud of many things in this game. uh, Scoring 222 more points than your opponent. Yes, you did a lot of great things. Yes, you bagged him a bit, but you you found Citywide, Tussled, Narines, which you may have been unsure of for a moment. Is that right?
No, I was pretty sure of that. Just thought there were other things in there too,
Oh, okay.
but I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking of a different rack.
Great bingo spotting. And and we were so happy to see you find Jaxie just in time.
Oh my
Jaxie,
God,
that's
yeah.
right. That's another one.
I just was like, I did that earlier too, where I found the unseats
Yes.
taking forever, and then I was like, oh, this is a word, right before I was about to give up.
Yeah, that one was like you just barely got there. It seemed like you were about, as you say, to give up. And
Yeah.
that one was the one where, the time pressure got you. So I feel like, that in this case, you found Jaxie, and then the rest of your moves you played very decisively in general. You had 7 minutes on the clock at the end. So totally, fine after spending another minute or two on Jaxie, and from there it was just off to the races where you're finding fantastic plays pretty much every turn. So
I just can't believe it took so long to see Jaxie, and like even then I was like, is this a word?
But you went with it. It was by far the best play. So a couple moves like that where the drop off was going to be really, really big between the best
Yeah,
play and the next best, and you pretty much
yeah.
every time you found the top one. So there you go. That's how you score 500 points. Something you do relatively often, I feel like, because you just get these
What about
games.
what about vlog?
Yeah. So that was
I didn't know about that play.
if
That
there was a move that we would do differently, it would probably be that one. So I think what we would have wanted is through the first O of Kui, I think it's probably better to just play Vow,
oh
VOW.
thou, yeah, yeah,
So even though it looks kind
yeah,
of unappealing, you're getting rid of your worst two tiles. You're actually scoring about as well as Vlog, and the
yeah,
leave of Algic can
yeah,
actually become a bingo a surprising amount of the
yeah,
time. Certainly, if you draw an N, you're bingoing a ton with the ing completed, and you can also hit a bunch of weirder sevens that might be tougher to find.
yeah.
So that was probably a little bit better, but that is a real hair splitter of a play. If that's your biggest mistake in the game, you know you're doing a good job. So yeah, that's what happened with
Yeah, I
that one.
just have such an aversion to V's and G's together. It's like,
Sure.
and Matthew always bingos with the W, so I'm like, I have less aversion to the W.
Yeah, we're having people in the chat are pointing out that Neil, who was helpfully showing his tiles on the
Yeah,
stream,
yeah.
he would have bingoed if you played Vow.
Oh wow.
He had Gaumier on his rack, Gaumier, so you would have given him an easy place, plop down his seven, and it's a totally different game. So that's one of the ways that luck in Scrabble can manifest is sometimes you make not quite the best play, but it works out a little bit better for you, and then you go on to have a brilliant rest of the game, which is what happened. So yeah, it's been a couple games in a row now where you've given us quite a show, and hopefully you continue on. You're going to be playing George Macaulay in your next game. He's having a bit of a tough tournament. He's 4-9, whereas
Mm.
you are 6-7, and you are firmly in the top half of players right now. So you are moving
Ah.
on up. You're firmly in the top half.
What's his
13th.
name again? George?
Yeah, George Macaulay. Yep. So I'm sure
What's his
he'll.
number?
His number is 12.
Oh, okay.
And he's first. He's first.
Oh, Brian, were you thinking? Yeah, George's number is 1-685-247-9242. You can give him a call when you're ready to play, and he will report to the streaming board anytime. Yeah, is that Brian's? I think that's what Brian was thinking. Um, so
I just want to mention I see you've gained quite a bit of rating even before this game, Heidi. So
Oh
congrats.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I've just been having so much fun. Like I know I'm making. It's so funny. I was talking to Will earlier, like at the break, just trying to get stuff started, and it was like it must be so fun to watch me because you never know if I'm going to make a brilliant play or a bonehead play. Like,
I haven't seen very many boneheaded plays, if at all. So,
there have been a few. Come on,
but
like misdesignated leg and those kinds of things. Yeah, playing phony threes for yeah.
oh, I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah.
So just yeah, keep up the great play. We're having a lot of fun watching you.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, George is somewhere to be seen. So I don't know.
yeah, that's
Is there
fine.
any chat? Is there any chat I should be seeing or responding to? Or
Yeah.
anything
How
right now?
about
Oh,
so?
please don't look. Everyone is kind of really criticizing you, and
Yeah, it's become very hateful in the
yeah,
chat, so we definitely want you to not think about that. There's a lot of negativity in the chat. They're saying, "How could you not have played Vow?" They're saying, "Citywide, LOL, Child's Play, grade schooler find, etc." We're seeing things like that. So you don't need to think about the chat at all. Basically,
yeah.
no. But seriously, if anybody in the chat has any sentiments they want to pass on to Heidi or questions for her about anything, she will be here, I guess. Um, so, yeah, not sure if anybody says. Matcha says, "What is her hair routine?" Yeah, I mean, it's looking good, so you can share that. And Churro says, "Keep up the good work." That's
Thanks, you
very
guys.
wholesome.
George is here now, so I'll shut down and thanks, guys. Always good to see you. I'll see
Cool.
it
Sounds good.
after this one.
All
Okay.
right. Good
Bye.
luck. Heidi's gonna hop off the Zoom.
Just talking to the streamers,
I
the
think she's
commenters.
still. Hold on. Let me see if we hide show non video. All right. She's still on the call. There we go. She dropped off, so she can come aboard in between rounds, and actually we can hear her with no latency. So that's great. Um, So yeah. Oh, we'll have a couple more good sentiments to pass on. Thank you, Kiri, and of course Penumbra. Make sure she gets that. I'll pass that along to her now via Messenger or something, so we make sure she sees it. So all right, Heidi versus George. George is definitely a good player. He has good word knowledge. He is having a rough tournament so far, but that is not a reason to underestimate him here. Thanks for stopping by, Evan. Good to see you. I'll catch up with you in a couple of days. Evan, my club mate here in the Philly-ish region. Appreciate that. So, yeah, this will be a tough one, but man, she's carrying forward some good momentum right now. And another win, and she will get back to 500 after starting 0-3, I think. So she's definitely earned it. So we'll see. Yeah, how does she manage to never need a bathroom break? Brian, I feel like never am I more dissatisfied with my bladder than at Scrabble tournaments.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I head there after every round, um, out of nervousness mostly.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
uh, Speaking of which, actually, I just want to get up for a second to
Yeah,
refill.
all,
Um,
all good. I can,
so I can keep up this high level of energy that you all are used to from Brian Garnett, aka.
yes. Yes, sounds good. Yeah, I can actually man the Quackle here for the first move if we need to, but I think we're going to be fine. So, all right, George going first. Heidi to respond. We'll see what he has to open. And let's see. Lipaj. Oh, wow. So if George falls into the trap of playing an E here, which seems quite likely, there's a lot of E's, although you also would want to keep an E when you have it. But if he plays an E, Heidi is bingoing with jalopies. Ooh, not quite. Doesn't look like jalopies is going to go down here. Um, is there anything else? I guess you could non bingo double double here if you know words like James Curley's name, Jalapic, um, or Jalapin. So yeah, she clearly sees it. Look at that, Jalop. It's right there. And wouldn't have been it would have been nice too, even if you're not going to get an E. An exchange from George would have been great, so she could just play Jalop here for a huge score. Instead, she's going to have to think a little bit about this, but I actually kind of like the idea of burning the blank here, Brian, with one of these big plays.
Let's take a look. Um, so th for equity, score plus leave, it likes Jor, uh, so just playing Jor
Oh,
instead of
okay.
playing Joe right there, same letters.
Sure. Yeah, if she thinks of that, that seems pretty
Or more.
reasonable. How many more points is that? 26 versus 20. So a couple points left on the board by playing parallel instead of just JOR. But she does have that first blank there. So depending on what she draws, she's a big favorite to get a bingo down. Um, a T, that's a good one. An I, not the best, but I think she'll be able to find stuff like tilapia here. So yeah,
Yeah, Nancy is mentioning that she's glad everyone is managing to stay dry in the Niagara Falls tournament. Yeah, it's amazing how they built this enclosure in the middle of the falls, to keep the water out. Um, yeah, I wish you could see the whole thing. But yeah, we only have this partial view of Heidi. But right outside that window, if the video were more clear, you could just see water just pouring down from the falls.
I thought
Uh,
they were actually in a barrel, kind of. We're not seeing it because the camera is fixed, but if you could
uh,
see outside the window, you would see the barrels all spinning where the games are taking place inside each barrel. So we're
that's the
actually at
color.
we're in barrel one. Oh,
Mm.
George exchanged. So it's George exchanging tiles. So that's going to give Heidi a chance to play. Oh no, is she going to play Pilly 8? I think she's trolled us a number of times by putting these tiles in this order and then deciding to play the regular word, and tilapia is going to go down. I don't know if she has anything much better than this, slotting the P in the triple letter score, Brian.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna check. I'm sure that's the best. Um,
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that might be better is if they're saying from the C, something down there that could be good. But this is also nice, doesn't really open anything, and she's going to get off to another good start. So the momentum continues forward. Nicely spotted, making lots of nice plays here. And we'll see what she plucks out of the bag. It could just be that tournament, that type of tournament for George. 4-9. He is a good player. I always feel like I have tough games against him. Um, oh, look at this. Nice start. That's a nice little nucleus. Refuted.
you did.
Very nice.
Hope
I'm
that
sh-
doesn't refuted.
yeah, it could be refuted. That's a funny word in a Scrabble context. But yeah, it goes here at the very least. Not sure if it fits anywhere else. I'm looking around. Tilapia featured. So, and she sees, wow, look at this. She sees a potentially, this is a even more obscure variation of refuted, and she knows it and sees it. So, futured, the way she had that there, is also a valid word. So she's spotting everything.
Yeah.
Um,
But score wise, hopefully she would spot featured that you just found. But that's hard to find. So kudos to you with the A being blank there, seeing that right away.
yeah,
So let's
definitely
see.
always tougher with that blank, I
Yeah.
feel.
Um, so we'll see if she has these options when it comes back to her. We see the hand. Oh, got a blank coming down. Okay. Is
Okay, we
it,
can we can live with this, I think. Oh wait, can we? Does this block
block?
everything? Oh, maybe. So, is there any, oh boy, this is tough. Did this somehow block everything? That is refuted, futured. Wow.
So I'm just going to assume the blank is an O. I'm not aware of anything else.
Yeah, it's got to be an O. Yeah, for sure. There's nothing else.
No bingos. Oh, that's so unlucky.
Brutal. I mean, in her defense, though, it sucks for that to happen, but she can play feud for a very good score and not be that devastated because that's still going to be a really, really good play.
Keep ERT and score 49 points. Yeah, not a bad consolation prize. But she might. I hope she doesn't spend too much time, looking for the bingo that isn't there, or feeling, disappointment in the fact that her previous options were now gone.
What I worry about is would she consider playing futured with this spelling? Yeah, is she worrying? Is she thinking about playing this? Really sorry for my chicken scratch, but basically, if you look at anagram future, you can see it's only spelled with that weird RE combination. So yeah, see, this is the scary thing right here. I feel like she's thinking about can I play this through the E? It's going to get challenged for sure. And I think, yeah, she's correctly come back to feud. So she's not taking the risk. That's 100% correct for her
And
to
it's
do
a very
that.
good play. So
Yeah.
that makes, you know, chickening out of what we know is not a word that makes it easier when you have such a great play as a backup. So I'll put that down. So Penumbra in the chat asks if I'm going to Albany for the July 4th tournament. Probably not, but I will definitely be going, if you can call it going, just down the road a little bit to the Word Cup um, in August, held in my city of St. Louis. As far as big tournaments, that's definitely in my future. Hope to hope to see you there. Hope to see a lot of people there.
Yeah, the Word Cup is going to be a blast. And we see Mam Mambo, I was going to say. All right, that's nice. Good play. Um,
Let me get updated. So,
so let me see.
would that be how many Mambos are you aware of? I think I'm only aware of number five.
Yeah, I think that's the most famous Mambo for sure. I don't know what other Mambos we should know. I feel like Mambo number 4 and 6 could be great, and they probably are like, what's the big deal? But yeah, number 5 getting all the uh, all the pub. So yeah,
Braille
what to do? Yeah, she sees a whole bunch of stuff. She had, I think, like Palterer or something on her rack. No E open. There wasn't anything to the D that I'm aware of. So this board is pretty grim in terms of bingo space right now, but she should be able to maybe play through this O. She has a few things. I don't know if she can fit the P in this spot, which would be my only question. Can she get the P there? But something like Patrol seems like something she might be able to find. Got to resist the impulse to play Patrolled with an E. That's not valid. Um, Tempting.
She had
So
a nice
is
play in that spot, ending in ED, going through that O. Let's see if anyone in chat can find that. It's animal related.
parroted.
Parroted.
Oops. Anyone in chat, you said, and then I went ahead and said it immediately.
Or maybe
Um,
they'll parrot what you just said.
yes, you can all parrot me and say what I just said. Of wow, that would be phenomenal. Parroted through the O. I feel like that is. I would probably I might miss that because I would be thinking I wanna probably keep RE here. So she's going to play Raptor. So the anagram of parrot. Very
Hmm.
rarely seen, Brian, animal like anagrams.
And I suppose this one cannot be made into a verb.
Yeah, no raptored. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, maybe a slight
But I,
improvement would be parroted, or maybe Patrol keeping ER instead of EL. But overall, this is the right idea. We like seeing this, and oh,
oh,
karmically, wow, look at that.
hell.
Hell is
The hell. She has the hell.
all right. George quickly playing Javas, no hesitation.
Huh.
Burning an S, so
That gives
that
clues as to what he has. Yeah.
yeah, that worries me a little. I feel like there would probably be ways of grabbing points here without the use of the S if he didn't have another. Maybe not. Um, but yeah, this Helleth, the past tense of hell. Yeah, I wonder what to do here. This is tantalizing. This spot for the H. Wow, really bad H again. This is not really possible to play here, but you could play on this side if you wanted to. I'm sure there are ways of doing that with hell or maybe HETH. Heth. That scores decently. Um,
Uh, I just want to, yeah, interrupt to address chat here. There are some questions about, what kind of players are welcome at tournaments, and the answer is everybody. People of all levels can play in any tournament. There are always multiple divisions. The bigger the tournament, the more divisions, and you'll be if you're if it's your first tournament, you'll be well paired with people in the lowest division, and if you are kind of new to Scrabble, then you'll be playing people that you could be competitive against, and there's always a chance to win some sort of prize in whatever division you're playing in, and yeah, so everyone is welcome. A lot of people go to go to tournaments for years and years, and just play for mostly for fun. They don't spend their whole lives learning every word in the dictionary, and we love to have everyone around. So don't hesitate to play in a tournament, as I did for for much of my life. I also was kind of intimidated at the prospects of how competitive this game can be at the highest level, but you're not going to be thrown into the deep end right away. If you can work your way up there, that's great. But
Yeah, well said. As a life wasting dictionary studier myself, I do feel no. I mean, it's fair to say. Although I would add though that I feel like I've heard stories about people studying for literally hours a day. I have never done that. What I have done is study for between 45 and 90 minutes a day, probably from like 2010 to 2017. I would say I studied pretty much an hour a day every single day, every day. So that's the consistency of it. I definitely swear by that a little more so than the, oh, I got to study for 5 hours a day for a year and then I'll get to this level. Not really. That's not realistic. You're going to burn out. It's not going to be fun, all of that sort of thing. As George plays the very ominous no here, and I worry that Heidi's going to play outheld. She has it here. Holdout is the only word with that type of, sound to it. You can't outhold something. Oh, she's going to go for it. So, hey, you live by the sword and you lose a couple challenges by the sword. George is definitely challenging this. No chance does this stay on the board. I just cannot ever imagine that. I'm sure he is going to neutralize this clock shortly, but she is drawing her tiles as if nothing weird is happening.
she's not being held or inheld or outheld or upheld. Well, upheld is a word, isn't it? Okay.
So,
Wow.
um, I'm astonished by that. So, yeah, no outheld, which is ironic because we would have wanted to see George hold this play.
Oh, no. Well, for
Um,
his sake,
for
yes.
his sake, for our sake, we're thrilled to see Heidi get away with this. Again, nays and then outheld on subsequent games, going for the bluff, and it's worked. But
Huh.
yeah, I'm very surprised by that. I would be giving that 5 points all day if I'm even remotely unsure. Any outward or something, wow, there it is. She gets away with it. He's going to play Savines. Okay, that is a valid word. Um,
He was,
and
building towards a bingo as we thought.
she'll challenge that. Oops. There we go. She's going to take a look at this one. It is going to come back good. But yeah, that's a huge win for her overall because he was going to be bingoing with that no matter what. And she got away with bingoing with a pretty unappealing set of tiles there and outheld. There wasn't really going to be anything great. Turned it into a bingo. Um, that is a bit of a surprise to me, but it worked out. So she's still going to be winning the game by a fair margin after this bingo. And Brian, she will have the cue on her rack and be able to score something.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by the infrequency of challenges in this 5 point rule system that I am less used to watching versus the double challenge variation.
All
It's worth
right.
a six of 5 points.
Hey, check this out. Cool play alert. If these is this correct? Is this from Heidi's POV?
No, give me a sec.
Cool play alert, everyone. She can, if those are the last two A's, she can. Oh, there is one A unseen to her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad because she could play. If those were the last A's, she could play Qua right here, setting up Aqua. She could still do that and roll the dice. I don't think you would want to, but if these were the last two A's in the set, this would be so lethal. This would be so annoying to play this. Basically, this is immune to any kind of blocking play except dumping an I here or IL or something like that. Or a bingo going all the way through here would block it, but that's not very likely. So, this is the situation, Brian, where if I'm Heidi, I look up at George and I say, "Do you have an A?" And he would be so shocked. Oh, okay, she's going for that spot. Okay, this is still a good play, but man, that would be so sick.
That was our top equity play. You brought up a very cool option there. So I'm running a simulation. It does like Qua. It likes rolling the dice.
The upside of it, the upside is massive. So massive.
Yeah. That's a very nice thought. Like,
Oh, it's really fun. But yeah, it's risky. It is so risky because you are in a very good position, right? You're up by 30 plus whatever you get here, which is going to be another 30. The board's not very good. It's very difficult to bingo here. This is really the best spot, and really Heidi has a huge incentive to try to play something to block it next turn. So yeah, she's in a good situation. So you wouldn't want to mess it up.
yeah, sorry. So Qua, it's saying would have given her an 82% chance of winning the game from here, but this is giving her an 80% chance. This looks like her next best play, and like you said, the less risky option. So good choice. I'll put that in for her score.
Yeah, that's fair. Kiarado says it's blockable with simple plays that play underneath here. That is true, but you might be forcing your opponent into a play that they really don't want to make. For example, if they have a six-letter word up here that scores a lot of points, that does not address the threat. You would have to play something down here that might be worse than usual. But yeah, I agree that it might be more blockable than I'm suggesting. I said there's nothing you can do about it. That's not quite true. So, but it's still kind of fun to think about. Meanwhile, George, what did he played Yag. Okay, got it. Nice play. That seems to score quite well.
Let's update that score. Yeah, it's a close game.
Yeah, definitely close. She's probably looking to play here. This has the double benefit of taking out a couple bingo lanes for 7-letter words. There's a decent one here for ending with ED, and then there's one here. You can kind of take them both out in one go a lot of the time at a cost of giving up a couple bingo lines, but these are very, very tricky and specific to hit. So if she does play something like Lacoon up there, I do think that this works out very well for her on balance, to take away a little bit more from George than it gives back.
Sorry, so somebody jokingly said that she should play out clean through the UT, but she had a bingo through the UT, an out launce?
Out launce?
Out launce. That was by far her best play, but
I have.
From a human perspective, this is, besides that, this is her best play, tied for it.
That's insane. That would have played. It's being suggested through here. That would be one of the craziest plays ever. I've never seen that word before in my life. George really struggling. Wow, look at the eye situation in the unseen pool. A lot of eyes. So George could easily have 3 of them here and maybe he's going to draw more after this play. So definitely a rough situation for him here. And I definitely feel, Brian, that a play through this R, whatever, if she can find something like that right now, is going to be super devastating to the board. There's almost no space left to bingo. That being said, maybe she's thinking about playing wooed right here just to get the points for that. So, yeah, we'll see what she elects to do. Wooed scores well, but it does keep things a little bit open where she could run into trouble with a really bad draw. But she's going to go for it. It scores well.
Um, it seems like her best plays were kind of tough to spot. They would form loof, squeezing an O in between in there
Wow.
and saying "oh" or "o" or "ode." But let's see. Outside of that, she played Wood. That's a good choice. She has a 92% chance of winning from here, says the engine. So
Yeah.
let me put that in.
I think a lot of the reason for that is the unseen pool is very, very bad. So, oh, well, she drew some of the clunk. She drew the Z, which is a great draw because now she can just plop down Zori if she wants it for a score that could be enough to outrun most anything here. If George does not bingo right now, and you can see this is not good. These letters are just very bad. It's going to be difficult for him to bingo. And even then, if he does, he's going to empty the bag and Heidi will be able to plan the end game with 12 minutes on her clock. I wonder if she's gaining a little confidence here, playing way faster than we've seen, and mostly extremely accurately too.
Yeah. Um, there's not much to criticize here. We'll give her trouble for missing out launch, but for sure. But
How?
other
How
than
could you
that,
miss that? That's
uh,
insane.
I mean, but other than that, she's played very well. Um, I mean, maybe we could debate whether outheld was worth the risk, but she got away.
Yeah, being fully, yeah, we can debate that for sure. And it actually is worth debating. I'm actually stunned that George did not challenge that word. But if we are fully results oriented here, then it was a brilliant play because she turned a non bingo rack into a fantastic bingo that totally swung the tides in her favor in this game. So there is that. So yeah, all right. We see ZOI meaningfully arrange itself onto the rack, so she clearly sees that big play through the R. She will have to be careful depending on what George plays. There are 6 tiles in the bag. So if George plays 3 tiles or more and doesn't empty the bag, she has to at least think to herself, am I willing to empty the bag, expose myself to an out bingo, and maybe lose the game? So she might, as has been suggested, there is this K here, right? So if George plays 3 tiles, Heidi's best play might just be something like KO, not emptying the bag, leaving the Z,
Uh,
even if you give this up. So yeah, she has to be careful, and she has plenty of time. I hope she doesn't rush too much headed in here to the end game.
so we have a question in chat from Penumbra. It's to Will. I'm not sure why it's not to Will and Brian, two equally legendary players of the game. But Will, what do you recommend here? I can find words super fast in Ziziva, which, by the way, is a very nice Scrabble studying program named after a ridiculous valid Scrabble word. Can find words super fast in Ziziva, but miss those words over the board. Maybe I should stop studying by typing and start just flashcarding.
That's a good question. The interesting thing there is that I actually would think that typing is better than flashcarding because you get a little bit of extra muscle memory to solve the word. Meanwhile, just to keep up to date on the game, George played 2 tiles here with Yi, so that enabled Heidi to play her 3 tile Zori and know that she was not emptying the bag. So she is definitely going to be able to withstand anything that George may have. And with these tiles, it's going to update when Brian updates it. This is not good enough. I don't think there's any way that George is bingoing here. So it's going to be another win for Heidi, going up to 7-7. Very impressive with some good wins along the way. But back to the question from Penumbra, I would say if you're struggling over the board to find the words you're getting in study, that typing, I would have suggested going from flashcarding to typing just for that little bit of extra muscle memory, not the reverse direction. I would say that, as Slug Biker says, when you study on Zizova, it's because, oh, what's this? Wow, he got a bingo down. Knightery.
Oh no.
It doesn't matter. She's definitely
Yeah.
still totally fine. There's no way. So he is going to draw the W. Oh, I guess that was. I didn't real. Okay, I looked at the tiles before you changed them. So she's going to be just fine. She'll play Ibex somewhere or something, or Zibet. And he'll have a W that won't score enough. So she just needs to figure out what she wants to do between Zibet or Ibex. Here, probably the math is going to give her one way or another. But to finish my point there, I would say there really is no substitute for continuing to play games, right? The game situation is where your recall is actually tested. You are not told whether you have bingos on your rack or not. And if you're studying really, really well, hopefully what your goal is that as soon as you see the relevant letters for particular words that you've studied, you just flash. You see it in a flash. There's no effort required. That's how well you would aspire to know the words. That, of course, is a goal that very few of us ever achieve in full for the entire dictionary. It's aspirational. But yeah, I would say it's a combination of playing more in game, but then really, I mean, you're saying you find them super fast in Zizova. That's a great start. I feel like when you find them that fast, hopefully you start to find them similarly fast over the board. So it's a toughie. That dictionary is a pain, Brian.
Yeah. I mean, if it weren't for the dictionary, I would be the best at this game. Sure.
There are a lot of players that I legitimately feel that way about, where, like, if I could just implant my knowledge of the dictionary in their brains and they could just use their ability to choose the words that they see, that they would be better than I am. Oh, nice play. Look at that. That's a
Yeah.
great little place to play the W by George. I'm curious to know whether Kex was actually Heidi's best play or whether Zibet is still better, but either way, she's going to notch another win here. So,
Um, it, it looked best in equity, but I didn't run a simulation.
yeah, that's fine. I think the championship player is usually pretty quick with endgames like this, so it probably would just be a quick button push to see.
I could go back a bit.
And there we go. We get the handshake. Another win for our streamer.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, Kex was best.
Kex was best, so she nailed the end game there, which is impressive because we know she saw the big Z play, but she reasoned that getting her two highest point letters off and scoring pretty well while she's at it was going to do better. So nicely done again. Up to 7-7 we go. Poor George dropping to 4-10. But this is really turned around a lot. I mean, again, when we tapped in yesterday, Brian, Heidi was 1-3. She had just won her first game. Now she's back to 7-7 against very solid opposition. She's beat a number of really good players on the way.
Yeah, that's great. I bet she's gained about 30 rating points in this tournament so far.
39, I should say, before this game, in which she
Oh,
beat somebody who is 200 rating points higher than her. So she's going to be up closer to 50 rating points gained. So we are officially on 1500 watch for
wow.
Heidi here, if she can keep her winning ways going. Every win that she notches is going to earn her increasingly difficult opponents, so she's going to have her work cut out for her, but she can definitely hang with anybody here. She's proven that. So it's on the rise for sure.
Having an even
Stonks.
record.
We need the
Yeah.
stonks graphic to show the rating gain.
Uh, yeah, having a 500 record here in the top division, coming in as close to the bottom seed, what a great performance so far. And she's playing great. She deserves this.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Um, so let's see. It looks like they're talking. I can unmute and we can hear a little bit.
Snips there. So if I play through here, I score more and you don't get that third. That was a huge play. And yeah, and the other one would have been Fendius. Two plays that would get me out of trouble. Keep me out of trouble.
Held is no good.
Oh, huh?
I was surprised you didn't challenge it.
No, I thought I'd seen that lots.
Yeah, no, the same thing happens to me. Like, who can keep it straight?
Huh.
It's rough.
Well, there's times where you really deserve to lose a game. It's
Everybody's making mistakes all the time, right?
Huh. Okay.
Thanks, George. I'm just gonna check in with my team. You will square here, actually, though.
Yeah.
All right, so we caught a little bit of the over the board discussion and Heidi looking up out held and telling George it's not good. And George, utterly shocked, he said, I feel like I've seen that many times. So, yeah, that was a big swing that really turned the tide here quite a bit. A good example of, going for the gusto, working out.
Yeah, she's as we've seen, she doesn't really hesitate to pull the trigger on risky bingos. Um, that's
Yes.
worked out well for her, and it's worked out well for some of the top players.
Yeah.
And,
At some point, she's going to run into an opponent that outholds George on these different phonies here.
um, while we have a break in the action, Will, if you could not look at the Zoom call, and if chat, you could help me figure out a code to make here. So these are my letters, and I'm playing this schlub, but he's winning for some reason right now.
That's hilarious.
Who is it?
He's playing me. He's trying to get help in a Scrabble Go game against me, which I fully endorse. I'm happy to look away and turn a blind eye, but yeah, that's if anyone saw anything there, you can do that after this call with Heidi here. But another win. Oh my gosh. So you just told George there about outheld, and we were sort of, as soon as we saw it materialize on the rack there, we were like, uh-oh, this feels like it could go down. But it worked out amazing because you didn't have anything else, and it turned the tide completely in your favor. You made a number of awesome plays.
And
Oh,
it's just a challenge. I know that.
Oh, did you have sort of a read on his, like, that that's like a part of his game is he's loath to challenge? Ah, okay. That's really even more impressive that you used opponent knowledge in your favor there. But there were actually a number of other really, really nice plays by you in this game again. So, I mean, you're really on a roll, playing probably...
It's like super fast, though, right?
oh. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can. It's a little bit robotic, but maybe it's going to be better. Let's just tell us which plays you are referring to, and let's see if the internet stabilizes. Oh yeah, we kind of lost her audio.
Sorry, I forgot what I said.
Oh, it's working now. Oh, maybe it's...
What if I just? Can you hear me
Yeah, I think it's better when you have the phone like that. Yeah, I think it's easier to hear you.
now? Okay. I tried to plug in because obviously people are still playing games, but
Oh, I see.
But anyway,
So the audio's coming out. um, yeah, that's fine. We can keep it down. So, yeah, that was just another very, very solid performance, and it's not even fair to call out held the only blemish because it was a huge X factor in the game that helped you really take control. So you made a bunch of nice plays. Tilapia looked to be the best bingo. What else did we see, Brian? Are you looking at the Quackle file in front of you?
Well, Will, I think you're being a little bit too nice because there was another noticeable blemish.
Oh, right. I totally forgot. Very pathetic play on Heidi's part when she played Lacoon, I should say. You had out Launce through the UT on the right side of the board, which is I've never seen or heard that word in my life. So I'm teasing, of course. That is not in any way something to be ashamed of.
yeah, I've never heard of Lance even.
Yeah, so Lacoon was actually for mere mortals that are not going to see out Launce, and I really feel like that's pretty much only Nigel or Dave Wiegand is seeing that. Launce was great. Very nice defensive play to take away the sevens lanes at the top of the board and give George just that L and A that he has to start an 8-letter word from. So that was a very, very good play as well. So yeah, not sure if you had any
I was
questions,
actually
but
worried about that one because I thought it might. Can you not hear me?
we can, I think. Can you hear
Can you hear
us?
me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but just when I'm talking, you weren't making like you were hearing me. So, um, but I was gonna say, now I forget what I was gonna say. Oh,
Well,
I wasn't gonna play Lacoon because I thought it was Lacuna. I thought I was making it. I thought I was mixing up French and English.
Yeah,
um,
you were spot on.
I to answer your question seriously, Will, I mean, the only question I have, I suppose, is on your very first play, why you chose to play Joe instead of Jor in this in a similar in the same spot, basically. Jor would have scored 6 more points. Did you have a reason to want to parallel there instead? Um, so we're talking about Joe on top of Cargo to form Ja and or paralleling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I just wasn't. I was like, oh, maybe I just played Joe. So I didn't even look at Jor. I just didn't see it. I just didn't look at it.
Okay. I mean, 6 point stake is all I could bring up here.
Yeah.
So, well done again.
Yeah, bit of a troll
Thank you.
to not get the E for jalopies, which you clearly saw. I'm sure you were thinking there's a good chance at this. Of course, you did not get it, but you're still in a good position holding that blank. You dumped the J and played tilapia shortly, so it all
Yeah,
worked
you know,
out.
I might not have even played Jalopies if I had it. I might have just still played Joe or something, or Jor,
Oh
you
no,
know.
you're
And then I was like, I'm bingoing
outlaw.
next turn anyway.
Sorry. Other than outlawns, you seem to be spotting your bingos very, very well. And also, well, other than outheld, but you got away with it again. You're also chickening out on non-bingos appropriately. We were happy you decided to play feud
Excellent.
instead of you might have been considering a phony what was it?
Futured, yeah. So you were correctly realizing that future can only be spelled with that RE instead
Yeah.
of ER because if you
Yeah.
wanted to play futured in the same spelling as neutered, right? You had that available.
No, I was not thinking that at all. Like I know it's Feutrred. I was not thinking of Ered at all.
Okay, maybe you were just looking for seven, but that didn't fit, and then went for the very nice play of feud.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was looking to see if there were any eights, but yeah, that was not what I was looking for. I was just looking for anything. Is there anything else that I can see? But I obviously didn't see anything. So
Nice. Well, another win. I don't know if you care about this sort of thing, but you are now in 12th place pending other results, and you've cracked 1500 in rating right now. You've gained a whole boatload of rating. That was a huge one because George is a big favorite by rating in that game. And you've gained 61 rating points currently at 1507, which is amazing. What a performance by you. And you definitely earned it. These games have been really good.
Awesome. Well, I'm just glad to be putting on a show for you all.
Yeah, it's a very good one. So your next round is going to
Sorry, do I need to
be
be speaking into the mic or something? I don't know. Sorry. Crazy.
there's just a slight delay that wasn't there when you were on previously. So it's still good because you can, at least we can hear, both of us can hear you. But we're just going to share that your next opponent is Terry. So Terry, you go first against Terry next round.
Yay. Yay. I'm first. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome. What's your number, Terry? 17. 17. Okay, cool. Well, I will hang up then and we'll get to it.
It sounds like she's here. For
She is.
reference, if you need to take a break and not do the interview, you should do that because I feel like you haven't been able to take a break for a couple games. So
I'll take a break when I need it. Don't worry about me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
I
Giga
will.
Chad. Hey
I will.
Terry, good to see you, Terry, or hear you. Good luck to both of you in this game.
Just saying good luck. Oh, thank you. Alrighty. We're gonna get going.
Sounds good. Have fun. All right, she's gonna hop off the Zoom. And let's see if we do the show. Yeah, okay. I think I've learned the hard way, Brian, that you're not supposed to just boot people from a Zoom call because then Zoom thinks that they're like persona non grata and doesn't let them in back into your meetings in the future. So I didn't want to just like boot her from the Zoom and then we cease to be able to interview her at all. So yeah. Had to restrain ourselves there. So Terry is going to be her opponent. This is going to be, I'm sure these two have played a bunch. Terry, definitely a strong player. She's also 7-7. And Heidi with the first move in the game. So should be a good one. That would be amazing if Heidi wins this one to go all the way back to a winning record. At a really big prestigious tournament like this. She's definitely putting herself in the running for some class, like big class prizes, which would be awesome to see. So, all right, looks like they're...
Sorry, Will, I just muted myself because there were some loud sirens right outside.
Oh, you get in trouble again?
Yeah.
Too much Scrabble streaming? Yeah. That's fine. If you want me to handle the quackling and you do the commentary from under the desk, we can do it that way for sure, if need be. All right, she's going first. Remember, the pinned message in Twitch is a link to the standings. There's some pretty cool stuff happening at the top of the standings. Jason Keller and Josh Sokol doing battle there. Jason 12.5 wins and Josh with 12, so that's pretty exciting. But for now, we will, and forever, for the duration of this stream, we are locked in here at the H2B streaming table. So first rack here, not so great. What to do here? Chow?
I'm sorry, is a message pinned? I don't see a message pinned, but it could just be me.
Oh, I see it on my screen. I don't know. I can always just repost. I think I still have it here. So this is the standings. I can repin this one. I think it says this message is already pinned when I try to do that.
I refreshed. It's there.
Oh, okay. All right. So Chow seems all right just to get all these vowels off. Is there anything else reasonable?
Does she have an E?
She does. Yeah, she has epineoi with a C instead of an N. Epikeoi.
Okay. Yeah, Chow is great. Yeah.
64-bit Scrabble says copy doesn't take an S. I think didn't he famously pluralize that against Heidi, and she didn't challenge it. I think that came up in a game at some point. I don't remember who was in the game. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I had some memory of that. So yeah, pretty defensive option. So that's reasonable, keeping the three vowels. But, ooh, check this out. Wow, there we go. That first blank, impinge and other stuff is available here. Is that going to fit? Oh, yes, it surely will after jib. Anything that she sees is going to hook jibe and get a bingo down here. She just has to pick something that she is 100% sure of here. There are definitely a bunch of words here, Brian, that are weird that you might chicken out of, though.
Such as epigony, I'm seeing.
That would be a great play. I bet she knows that word. But I'm also thinking about PEI, so you could put an NING, an SING. There's a bunch of words like that. Pie-ings is also valid, though you probably wouldn't want to do that. I think for sure, oh, she's close with that epi.
Churro in chat, not surprisingly, spotted epigony. Good job.
All right, so this is a tricky one because there are a number of things that this peering. Oh no, that would be one of the few things you do not want to do here. PIER, if she's thinking about making that an R.
She's probably thinking of a C.
Oh, piecing, duh, of course. That doesn't quite hit a double. So if you're going to do that, I also think... oh, yeah, why does it say Terry scored 21 points? That's a good question. Oh, maybe you put Chow in not quite the right spot with the A on the star, if you double check.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, that's gonna
Easy enough to go back. Still early.
that affects possibly what I was saying about what scores best here. Okay.
Ooh, okay. So interesting. She's going to play piercing. So no play with jibe. I wonder if she just didn't come up with a play that hooked jibe but also hit a double. So if she's only seeing piecing, that would not get the job done. But there were definitely other ways that would have done that. I think she probably knows some of those, but yeah, some of them are weird, right? Painting, pazing with an S, pazing with a Z, those are not normal words, and neither is epigony. So maybe it was just a matter of the words that she was faced with there were just a little obscure, tougher.
Okay. Just correcting scores and stuff. Sorry again. So blank would have to be an R, correct?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's an R for sure. Piercing, I guess, taking an S for sure, as in the body modification. So that plays in a little. But yeah, let's see what Terry can do here with this jib spot. So either a play with jibe or an underlap here is definitely in play. Looks like she sees a we and jow, which that feels somewhat unlikely to stay open, but maybe it will.
Oh, another great play she has is in that same spot. The word wifey ending in IE.
Nice.
Yeah, that would get rid of the W, double the F, score from the J. Score 38 points. Wow.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, that might have... So wifey, the play you're suggesting going through this I. Well, I really wrote that very poorly. WIFIE. That looks great. The nice thing about this, I guess, is that maybe it takes away a couple things into this triple. So I guess we're understanding that Terry must have exchanged, right? So Terry exchanged. That gave Heidi a chance to play a we.
Yeah.
There's no new word on the board. So that's a great break. And two Ys. Edify, if in some way, if Terry does not have anything with jib or to the triple now, Heidi has Edify ready to go down right here for a very, very good score. So that's, and she sees Deify. But yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Is this going to be a bingo? Yes, it is.
Airlines. Yeah.
Airliner. Okay. Fair enough. Terry, after her exchange, hits the bingo.
That
Eh, eh,
immediately.
wait a second. Why there? She could have doubled.
Whoa.
That's strange, to say the least. I don't see any earthly reason. It's definitely just an oversight. I feel like we've all been there before, and Heidi's going to get Edify. Either way, she would have gotten this play. But yeah, that is just leaving some points on the table for not super much reason there. Um, I feel like it's very human to make a play like that, right? Like that's definitely something that I feel like we've all done that at some point in some
Um,
variation. Um,
especially in puzzles on Woogles. I just
yes.
I see a bingo, boom,
Yeah.
and get it wrong.
Yep. There was a better spot for it or something. So Heidi gets down Edify, plays it instantly, and it looks like Terry is about to bingo again.
It's not
Raviolis. Okay, very nice.
remotely.
Nice. Um, good find. That was really fast. So that's a good, you can say that's good. But I feel like even after that, Heidi's going to hit the E of airliner, which again, that did not have to be here. But because it is, she can play something in that spot now. Grave comes to mind, or I'm sure there's some other stuff. I'm not. Oh, Garvey. Oh, man. Garvey. Garvey would be fantastic, but I think that's a little bit high degree of difficulty. I think Grave, you could easily imagine that go down and be very happy with that. So we'll see. Is she thinking about playing average here? That might be a little. That's very aggressive to do. What else? What are we thinking, Brian? Is there anything else that I'm omitting?
Well, if she doesn't spot Garvey, her highest equity plays would include Veery through the R in Ravioli,
Yeah,
hitting that triple letter,
that's
double word.
nice. Sure.
Very same idea. Um, so she would have, yeah, a lot of good options outside of Garvey, but Garvey would be by far the best.
Yeah, that
Um,
is a much more obscure word. I think this is a very natural word to see and find. This was the first word that I saw. We like it. The Y has some value here. There's a couple spots where you could see the Y be played productively. So this is definitely solid.
in terms
Um,
of equity, pretty much just as good as everything besides Garvey.
yeah, for sure. So she
Okay.
takes the lead again. So this is quite the back and forth contest here in the early going. Let's see what she draws. Ooh, all right. I was thinking maybe we're getting somewhere with that K. Um, but she'll certainly be able to score decently on her next turn with these letters. The only question is, will she be able to keep a good leave while she does that? So, yeah, something like Kaury looks kind of nice. If she thinks about that, leaving Ree, that's probably one of the better leaves that she could get. 64-bit Scrabble pointing out Curve, which is a higher degree of difficulty play. Curveyor is also somehow a valid word in Collins, which is kind of crazy. The Curveyor belt. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, first it's Terry's turn, and she's going to have her pick of a number of nice plays to use. Um, but yeah, definitely some good scoring plays coming back potentially.
Yeah, Cowrie looks best if that's still available.
I think
And
it
that
might be.
likely to know, right? Five letter K word.
I think she knows that. Yeah, I do think like she probably should know that. Oh boy, look at this. Just SH. That's a little ominous.
Scores a lot.
It does score a lot, but I just feel like that's kind of scary to see that be played. Oh, we hit our follower goal. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm not sure who all followed out there, but thank you so much to everybody that's followed. Not sure who, if anybody, is here from my YouTube channel where I pinned a comment about this stream, but if there is anybody out there, thank you so much for stopping by. We really appreciate that. Hello to Day Said. I'm not sure if that's like Day Zed or... Oh, okay. So this is still solid. I don't think this is like a massive amount worse than Cowrie, but it definitely would have been nice to get rid of the Y and the U in addition to that K. So yeah, a little bit of oversight there probably, but still, you can't turn your nose up at whatever that is, 38 points.
But I believe after Cowrie would be EER. Now it's EERUY.
No question. Yes, there's no question that is where you get punished by that play. So, yeah, we'll just see. I do worry quite a bit about Terry's leave after her play of shh.
But Will, that was 40 points. I mean, how much would you do for 40 points? Not anything.
I would do pretty much anything for 40 points, so I actually agree with you there. Maybe she had, she had 5 T's on her rack, and that's what she played. So it's definitely possible. So, all right, Terry plays out. Fortunately, it doesn't end the game like usual, but do I have a rim shot? Probably not. Did anybody get my joke?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried.
You meant by that.
So, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. Sam. Hey, Sam. Nice to see you, by the way. Four-eyed would now be playable from this F with the same tiles getting blocked. So that would be hilarious to see that be played. The glasses-wearing heroine to Birds, who I don't think I would have the bravery to ever call her Four Eyes, and expect to escape with without grievous injury. But
It might become 0.
I could become. That's a great point. Yeah, I would be headed to 0 eyes for sure. But yeah, this is a tough call. I do feel like it would be great, right, if she didn't have that U and Y on the rack and she could be thinking about balancing a little bit better, driving towards a bingo. But that is the situation she's in, and I think this is kind of a tough turn. Brian, what even is there that feels good here?
Colin's only UE up top, forming Gu, Ri, and I. Yeah, in the middle there.
Wow. If that's your best play, then you're not doing the best in terms of, like, that's kind of uninspiring. You leave decently, so this tile that's slightly cut off is a Y. So that would be played, this would be played, this would be played. So your rack is solid with redo, but the board has really nowhere. Doesn't really have a lot going on. Yeah, I was thinking, so 64-bit Scrabble also pointing out maybe just doing an overlap here and just playing the scoring game on this somewhat unappealing board with something like Erd, if she knows that word, which I don't think is a gimme. That would be reasonable too. But this is actually, to me, a very high degree of difficulty turn. I don't think there is going to be... Oh, look at that. Yui. This is really good. Oh, she's going to play it.
Wonderful.
It could go on either side, actually. So, yeah. Oh, nice. So, 64-bit Scrabble's point. Playing it to the left makes maybe a little more sense with that unseen Z. If you play an E here, you're going to get hit with res more often, but she's played it on the other side for safety. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, the simulation likes it there much more.
Yeah,
Um,
you just oh, and there is the Z, which
oh no,
maybe she's
Heidi, come
saying,
on.
"Oh, why didn't I play it in the other spot?" But that's a good thing, right? Like this is definitely a good thing that she's drawn that tile. Yeah, she would have benefited from that choice, but she definitely made the right call here. And now she's got a nice old Z to try to maximize. Oh, yeah, the X too. So this is a nice draw for her. She should be able to cash in the Z for a good score somewhere. And yeah, it's basically what is she up by? So when we give her the UE points, she's going to be up by like, I don't know, 5 to 10 or something like that. Probably 10 ish.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. So yeah,
Yeah, that should do it. 256.
she's up by 8. So this is tight. So now this piercings hook comes into play because if she wants to, she can play Zerdas or something of that nature right here for a boatload of points. But do you want to put the Z in the triple lane? Maybe it's a little bit better to play something like Zoe, leaving a fantastic leave. Oh, you could even play your D here. DZO here, leaving AERS, which is going to hit this spot tons of the time.
Yeah, that would be a great play.
Uh-oh. All right. We'll live with that every day of the week. That's fine. Outed for 18 points. Definitely think she's going to be in a really good position here. Hitting that Z and leaving something really good. Things have taken a turn for the positive in a big way.
Yeah, if she puts down Dezo, Engine estimates her winning chances are at about 80%. And just a couple turns ago, they were at less than 50%. So big swing the past couple turns.
Did I detect some scorn in your voice, Brian, trying to say the word DZO?
No, how are you supposed to say it? I'm sorry, I didn't mean
No,
anything.
I just the way you said it was as you were like, if she plays DZO.
I was just doubting how to say the word a little bit.
I'm
Besides
just
saying
teasing. I'm just teasing. I mean, I totally feel like it's kind of ridiculous that that word would be playable in a game of Scrabble in our year of 2025, but it is.
no,
Um,
no, I would no shade thrown at the Collins Dictionary.
Fair
Uh,
enough. I'm just teasing after all. I mean, I fully welcome it. As a Collins player myself, I think it's fine to laugh at some of the goofiness of the dictionary. As so, Terry plays Dozer, the same letters here, scoring
no,
30-ish. So,
no,
oh,
Heidi.
sorry, yeah, I meant Heidi plays Dozer. Terry playing meat on top of it. But yeah, a few points left on the table. Just playing the same letters right here without opening a triple back to your opponent, which you could easily regret. I think Heidi will probably kick herself not seeing DZO there. I think that's the sort of play she probably expects herself to
Yeah,
see, but she still is in very good condition here with the ability to plop her X down in the top corner unless there's anything better. Oh, interesting. Playing the A instead of the O. What could she be? Oh, is she setting up EXO? I don't know if I don't think that's a strong enough reason to do that. I think the A is just enough better of a bingo tile, not to say nothing of there are some more O's in the pool than A's. So I think you probably want to play the O instead. Am I missing anything though?
nice, nice draw though.
Wow, very nice. So something like Forgers, she'll spot that for sure. That plays right here. No way she doesn't see that. So things going from good to better. Uh-oh. Don't play Froster. Do not play Froster. Terry playing the EXO hook here. Oh boy. This, I really don't want to see Froster be played. That would hurt so bad. She can just play forgers off of outed, which is a totally, I feel, somewhat normal word. Don't
I'm just
play
checking.
this.
Now there's nothing, no other letter that could be
Oh,
uh, forcers, formers, forkers, forgers. Come on,
is there
one of those.
something like, so frothery is a word? There isn't, is she going to try to play something like frostery or something like that? Is there even a word ending in like ERY here? Probably not. Forestry, almost. Oh my God, it's so
Ah,
close. Dang it.
okay, well she's rearranged, so I'm guessing she'll put down a safe bingo there on the left side.
Yeah, for sure. And even if she doesn't play a bingo here, she's still in great, great shape with S blank in hand. So basically, I do expect her eventually to find forgers, which I think is safe enough to play. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, this is painful. This is so painful. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna get challenged. Yeah, you can't go to this well that many times. There's no way Terry is not challenging this one. The game situation is super, super, suggestive of you got to challenge it. If you're Terry, if it stays on, you probably are almost auto losing unless you have a bingo immediately in response. So this is gonna get challenged and off it will come. And that does create a tough situation for Terry because Terry might be able to see forgers, but it's not that easy to block this while also scoring well. And it's going to be tough to feel super confident that you're blocking everything. So, yeah. This just must be, Heidi just must be thinking, this, I think this is good. I think she's saying this must be good and there's no doubt, but I do feel like a little patience there. I mean, she has a lot of time for this late in the game. She could have thought, oh, look at this. Now she has forgers lined up immediately. So, yeah. Ouch. So the only question is Terry hasn't hit her clock again. So hopefully they realize that and start Terry's clock. Um, but yeah, she sees a valid play. Also, forcers. You can make it a C or a
Yeah,
G.
yeah, lots of options, but I didn't actually check how much more would Froster have scored. Uh,
Um, Not even super much more, a little bit more, I guess. So Froster would have scored, let's count it up, 7, 20, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. It would have scored 83.
okay,
Oh, wow, it's going to stay. Terry's not going to block it.
there's hesitation. Okay, I didn't even see what she put down. So good job hiding the tiles as she was thinking.
Yeah. This would be surprising to see Terry just go ahead and play this. Maybe she's going to think a little bit harder. Again, the clock's not running, and it should be. It's Terry's turn right now. Oh man, what a gift that would be to allow Heidi to play a valid bingo here.
Yeah, just to answer the question from before that I brought up, forgers and things like that, that scores, yeah, like you said, it scores the same amount, 82.
Oh, did I
Uh,
miscount it? Okay, 82 for Froster, I guess. I did it
oh,
hastily, and I'm bad at
I mean, I
adding.
meant, about the same. I mean, I'm saying forgers would score 82. Uh,
Oh, okay. I might have
and
miscounted what Froster would score. So, yeah, either way, close enough.
yeah, I would also think like without counting, I might also think, oh, Froster probably scores more because I'm hooking onto piercings and
Sure.
so I'll try that instead of my options over there. It's hard to, I mean, it's hard to take the time to count up how many points various plays would be. Sometimes go with your intuition.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is kind of sneaky, though, that you're getting a triple letter score, even though it's on a 1 point tile, but then you're getting another 5 right here with your F, which is dampens the deficit a little bit compared to that nice big S hook on piercing. So, all right, Terry she still hasn't started her clock yet. So yeah, Forest with 2 R's. Also not going to fit, but we now know that Heidi has seen the 7s that I think she wants to play here, parallel to outed. Only question is Terry with she put down ATT. She might just have clunky tiles, and there might be no way for her to really play productively right here. So she might be agonizing and saying, "Gosh, what do I do? How do I even block this?" So Heidi's looking at the camera now. Don't worry about us. She's still in good shape here. That was not a good time to play a phony, but I think she's still, given that Terry was about to play at for 12.
She exchanged.
Oh, she exchanged. Oh boy, what's happening with the clock? I wonder. So Terry did something, and I guess the only question is, what is this blank? Is it? I'm guessing a G. Could be a C as well. So yeah, no way to know for sure until we see a parallel play or something like that. So let's just pray that it's it could be an M. Yeah, the M. Maybe that's the most logical thing for it to be. So Brian, you pick, and if you pick wrong, it's on you to fix it.
Hopefully, I'm not committing a forgery right now.
No, you can just. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to the clock. So it's Terry's turn now. We can definitely get it fixed after the game. It seems like both players have plenty of time, I feel. Oh, look at that. That cue. Not great. But, yeah, it's still, that's fine, right? Like, yeah, it's not great to draw the cue. But I feel like you should be able to do. Oh man, it actually is very tough. Let's say Terry doesn't play through this S, Brian. Heidi's going to have a really hard time blocking there.
Let's see. Well, she has a great spot to plunk down that Q above jib there.
True. That's fine. That's a great point. Blam. 31. That should be fine.
What do we have? 19 tiles unseen to her, so 12 in
12 in the bag, right. I would say in general, looking at these tiles, which are correct from Heidi's POV, these look pretty good. They are mostly bingo prone. Not great, but good enough where I would think to myself, well, I do have to worry a little bit about bingos coming down, but she is up by enough to withstand it, I feel. Let's see, what is the play here? Oh man, that really helps Heidi a lot. Of course, it makes sense that Terry would want to use that spot and get a bunch of points, but now I feel like Heidi can just plop that cue down and feel like there are no real... Oh, there we go. Okay, clock's back.
Oh, okay. You know what the best part about that play is?
What's that?
I don't think we need to worry about what that blank is.
No, I think we might, because this is still a nice overlapping spot depending on what it is, right? I feel like you could easily see an overlap here. You're right, though. What if the blank is a D? That's not valid. Didn't we see Forder get played like a Dave Wiegand versus Adam Logan game or something? It was some really high level game where Forder was played somehow. And against all odds, it was both played and it stayed on the board. Does anybody remember that in the chat? 64-bit Scrabble, looking at you. So yeah. Anyway, that's great. So the Q is played. She gets 31, gets to dump it. Not even close to emptying the bag. Things are looking good again. Cool. No, I thought it was at Causeway Challenge. I thought it
Uh-oh.
was Causeway. Oh,
Well, it
okay.
could
Yeah,
be a,
whatever you put in, just if it
not
makes
a C.
phonies, just commit the phonies. It's fine, right?
Yeah,
Like it's all right. You don't have to worry. We can always mess with it later.
I know, but I just want to be right.
I understand.
Uh, it could be a G still. Okay, we're putting that in.
So yeah, this is actually a clever play, I feel, by Terry to set up kind of a sneaky, decent bingo line if you can hook heme here. So this could definitely be something that Heidi needs to address, but she should be able to do that, right? So if there are however many tiles are in the bag, if this is really accurate, she can play a 5 here and not empty and be totally fine. She's going to play a 4. Okay, must be a G.
Gold to cut.
Foreigners. Could it be an N for foreigners? Yeah. Um, I mean, of course it could be. Foreigners and null. I'm going to guess this is certainly a G. At this point, the evidence is overwhelming. So this is looking good. I mean, there's definitely stuff to think about here. But where on the board would you even see a bingo like a butting or butting right now? It's going to be next to impossible for Terry to open that space. And Heidi's up by enough. So I think we're going to see the rise from the ashes of 0-3 into a winning record at Niagara Falls. Pretty amazing. She's already up 61 rating points and another chunk on the way. And as we know, Brian, she's going to be playing round 16 after this, the final round of the day, which we know she's going to win.
Oh yeah. So we can yeah, guaranteed 9 and 7 at the end of the day. That's a great way to end the second day and start the third day.
Pretty nice. Yeah, quite
Just in.
nice.
Just in. Okay.
Yeah, I guess there were 2 in the bag. So
In the
Terry
bag.
playing in to sort of do her best to set up a threat, but it's not going to score very much. Heidi has 11 minutes on her clock to track and retrack if she wants to. Looks like Terry. Oh, okay. Now it's all updated. So what does she? I don't think Terry has anything to even worry about. Decent looking tiles, but no bingo that I see. So Heidi can do whatever she wants. Once she looks at that, can she play baton safely? I think so. Doesn't fit, doesn't do anything after that. So if she wanted to play baton, she could. Thanks, Penumbra. Thank you for stopping by, as usual. Oh, she's going to go ahead and play it without worrying at all. She's absolutely correct, I think, to do so. I can't imagine this isn't one of the better plays. It might be that some variation of this is better, like Banns, Banns, if you can't really do much with NS. Yeah, Bants. Okay, Bants leaving ON. And the ON is going to play where? I'm looking around.
It seemed to like bands the best, but this is great.
It's gonna play. I don't know. Eon and Graven. Oh, sick. Yeah, Bant's leaving Eon and Graven. Okay, very slick endgame there. Hard to fault baton there. That seems like a very natural play. And yeah, Terry's rack is whatever. Utting and an E. So another win. Pretty crazy. I wonder, I
Yeah.
mean, she's got to be feeling it right now. It feels like she'll be kicking herself, I'm expecting, for Froster, because she could have paid a price for that. Terry must have had rough tiles because she exchanged rather than do a blocking play, which anything parallel to outed Brian would have been really tough.
Yeah. Um, but it's nice to, still squeak away with a win after um, making a mistake like that. It you can kick yourself at it, but also feel comforted you have the win.
Yeah, no question. Not I wasn't an intent to belittle all the very nice plays that were made here, which there were a bunch. So yeah, there we go. Final score. I guess that's
No, I need to catch up. Sorry.
yeah, it's close to final. Is she gonna get another 500?
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
500,
crazy!
baby.
Another 500. She's got a couple of those so far. So she's rapidly like ascending into the realm where she's almost in the top row, which
Oh,
is absolutely crazy. And she's going to get matched up with some pretty good people. Uh-oh. I hope she doesn't get matched up with Bob Lynn because he's going to give a spirited battle with her to not be on a live stream of any type. So maybe she can convince him where others
um,
have not.
so he wouldn't even be willing to be the unseen opponent
He
for
was
Lamar?
uh, he was giving Lukeman Olabi some problems with that over at the MGI stream. Oh my God, she's playing Jason Keller, the
It doesn't matter.
tournament leader.
So so she's gonna take down the giant in the
So
last.
for there was a guy that came in, Jack Overby came into the chat earlier today and was like, "Why are we not watching board 1?" Well, now we are, bro.
Yeah, bruh.
Jason Keller, who is in first place, is going to be on this stream. That's
We're gonna see
fantastic.
Heidi take him down.
That would
Like
be amazing.
guaranteed. Last game of the session.
Yeah, that would be epic. So another win. She's probably going to hop on Zoom and we get to laud her once again. This game finished very fast, so it's possible that we have a bit of a wait. We should definitely encourage Heidi to like get up, walk around, go use the restroom. We can do the same, but she's getting ready to hop back on the Zoom call with us and see how she's feeling. I think the first thing out of her mouth is going to be about Froster and self-flagellation. 1,000 bits from Muffin. I'll give 1,000 bits too if she beats Keller.
You might as well send those right now.
All right, here she is.
Is this gonna work now?
It seems to be
Still
working.
laggy?
No, it's
Okay.
not lagging at all this time. So
Okay,
another
perfect.
another win. You're now 8-7. You are moving ever closer, if not already, into the top row. You've been just crushing it today.
Well, if you draw letters, you can play stuff. Like,
That's the most important skill in Scrabble is drawing blanks, drawing good tiles. So I congratulate you on that, first of all.
Yes. Good drawing, but also
thank you,
very
thank you.
nice playing. I mean, a lot of good moves again. I'm sure you're not loving the Froster play, so we don't have to belabor that. You gave a meaningful look at the camera there, but then Terry didn't have the tiles to block you. You got your bingo down, and you just cruised to the end of the game, so it's all good.
Yeah, but I should have just played. Well, I was like 90% on Froster. Like, I just thought that's a word, right? Cake Frosters? I don't know.
It's reasonable sounding for sure. Um,
Yeah, it's easy for us up here to uh, say, "Oh no, she shouldn't play that because it's no good." But yeah, sitting there, I might. Buster, I'll play that. Um,
Yeah.
so, any other plays you were wondering about?
Uh, I don't know. Just the
Um,
first play. I was like, I never know where to put this stuff. Ciao.
that was fine.
as good as anything. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, the other thing that you probably, if we were to run this through Quackle, you would probably not be happy to see is on Dozer, you could play DZO on top of the AIR of Airliner. AIR.
Yeah,
Where? Here?
right there.
Yeah.
DZO? How much is it? How much is it?
So it's about 50.
No, DZO,
Yeah, DZO. DZO.
not DZ.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
I'm joking.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah.
Another thing is when you played CAF, Cowrie up at the top right would have been a nice play.
If you
K.
know, yeah. Do you know that word? Kaury?
no.
Okay.
Well,
No. Can you
then
spell it with an I also?
yes.
I know that one sometimes. Sometimes I know it. Yeah.
Nicely phrased.
Now you, now you know the other one.
Schrodinger's knowledge. So yeah, 64-bit Scrabble, aka Matthew O'Connor, wanted you to open with COPI instead of
Oh
Chow.
yeah.
Which didn't that come up in the game between the two of you?
Forgot about that.
Oop.
But also, but also, and leave myself with all those vowels. No thanks. I wanted to keep a consonant.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I agree that it's a little scary to leave the
Sorry, you're losing
vowels.
me again.
No, okay. It seems like you're back. It's a little patchy this time, but it
Did
seems
you
to
lose me
be.
again?
No, it
Okay.
seems better when you hold the phone close.
Yeah. Do you know
So,
why though? It's because this phone is not on the good Wi-Fi that I paid for. I should call you from a different phone next time.
oh, maybe. I mean, are you not permitted to put that phone on the same Wi-Fi, or it's like a limited number of devices or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you get one password
Oh,
per
okay.
device, and they only gave me enough for three devices. So the clock is on and the but I will try next time I'll try calling from the clock phone.
I guess, yeah. So yeah, whatever works, but also this is totally like over and above just getting to watch you play, which is the whole point here. So the interviews are great, but everything's going awesome with the ability to watch the games, see the tiles. That's all fantastic. So it's working really well from our end. You're getting praise for your plays of Edify and especially Yui, which was probably the
Oh
trickiest
yeah.
play to
Oh,
get
I
absolute.
wondered about that.
Yeah, Yui was the toughest play because that was the best play objectively, especially putting it on the left, right? You could put it on
Wow.
the right instead, but that exposes you to REZ and REX overlaps. So you
Yeah.
definitely did very nicely
Yeah.
to play it there on a tricky turn. Bunch of other nice turns as well. So yeah, you're definitely amidst these plays that you're regretting are lots of very good plays that you're nailing. So definitely have earned a lot of the 8-7 record that you have. And for those of us that want to see a stream featuring board one, we're going to get that because your next opponent is Jason Keller. So you earned a right with all these
Okay.
wins to
Okay.
face the top dog
But
on.
don't be worried because you are undefeated in session ending games so far. So we feel that a victory here is guaranteed. And I just want to mention that Nancy versus Nancy
Is
and
this the last one
uh, yeah,
in the
last
bank?
day, yeah. um, but Heidi, Nancy versus Nancy in chat, another streamer, she redeemed hydrate. Okay, let's see it. Well, that's water, right? We weren't sure.
Not alcohol.
Oh, oh, thank you. I need it.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit too.
Yeah,
So yeah, this is going to be an epic finish to the day.
Mm.
You are guaranteed to have at least a 500 record through the first 2 days at Niagara Falls, which is a fantastic accomplishment. And you have a chance to
Wow.
earn yourself several thousand bits on Twitch if you can manage to beat Keller in this game. Muffin with Tentacle has pledged 1,000 bits, and I will match all bit pledges if you are able to come away with this win. So anybody else that wants to make a bit pledge, I will match you in the chat. So there
One
you go.
1 million bits.
That well, I mean, now we get into the problem of like who makes the first donation, who's gonna scam who, right? If you say 1 million bits and I do 1 million and you say haha scammed, or I could do the same to you.
Okay, you read me.
Yeah. So there you go. So anyway, we definitely wish you good luck. You haven't had a break in a while, so maybe you want to actually go stretch your legs, walk around. We could do the same, and I'm sure in not super long we'll be back and pick up with the very last game of day 2, which is going to be a banger, I'm sure. Dang it, audio couldn't. You didn't catch that, did you, Brian?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom and
Got it. I heard bathroom in there somewhere, so understood. Yeah, we'll let you take that break, and good luck to you in your last game, and we'll figure out. All right, she's saying bye. She'll hop off the call here, and yeah. So hold on, let me see. She's still on.
Oh,
sorry,
just
sorry,
Shin Cam?
thought I hung up.
No, it's
Mustache
all
Cam?
good. I'm just
Oh.
I'm just checking. I have to hide non-video participants. I think she's working on it. I
Oh,
could I,
Mustache Cam.
I could just boot her, but again, all right. I think all right. There we go. She got off the call. So another win. Awesome. So do you want to do these breaks in stages, Brian? I could use a quick break as well. Got to turn this on. 'Cause it's getting dark in here.
I believe it's your turn. So
My turn. All right. So you can keep the stream warm for a second.
warm.
And I'll be right back. Oh, first we got to get it's going to be Jason Keller, and he is going to test the Oh no, I'm not prepared for a tie. 12.5 and 1.5. So he's having a fantastic tournament. We got to get his where is it? Top group. It's here. I guess I'm going to make it really small because that's the only way it fits where it's supposed to. Okay, cool. So that's all set. I'm going to use the restroom and be right back. And then, yeah, we probably still have a little time to wait till the next game. So, not that anybody should go anywhere. So I'll be right back.
Okay. We have an ad break. Anyone out there subscribing? If you can still hear me, what I'm doing now is I'm going to start the next Quackle file, which will show the scores and everything. I just saved this one. And opening up Quackle. It's so nice with the ad break. I don't have to be entertaining at all right now. So new game. Heidi Robertson versus Jason Keller. Jason Basement. Okay. I'm not sure who's going first, but we'll figure that out. And save this as this file. Okay, it looks like we're back. Ad break over, so I have to actually say meaningful things now, possibly. Yeah, so her next opponent, Jason Keller, as many of you know, is a long-running Jeopardy champion about a decade ago. What's interesting is at the time that he appeared on Jeopardy, they introduced him as being from Highland Park, New Jersey, which is just this pretty small town. Maybe, I don't know, should we look that up? How many people live in Highland Park, New Jersey right now? 15,000. A town of 15,000. A lot of a lot of people who are affiliated with Rutgers University live there, as I was at the time. But yeah, they said Jason Keller from Highland Park, New Jersey, and I was living there at the time. I just jumped out of my chair and I said, how have I never seen this guy?" Uh, Hi, Heidi. "How have I never seen this guy at the local Stop and Shop?" Yeah, and I never saw him at the local bar, the local Stop and Shop, or local coffee shop, or anything. I finally met him a couple years ago at a Scrabble tournament. Um, and we've reminisced about, well, he might still live in that area, but you know, I was reminiscing about that lovely town. Did he share about Scrabble in the little interview part of Jeopardy? So I guess I can look up when he started playing Scrabble tournaments. I'm not quite sure when his illustrious Scrabble career began. We can put him
Who's
into
who's?
Jake Allen.
Oh yeah, Keller.
Um,
Um,
yeah, he was playing. Yeah, he was a big Scrabble player already. Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe he wasn't quite ready to brag about his Scrabble exploits quite yet because he has really um, just shot up in ratings um, over the past decade and a half. Um, but yeah, hopefully we can get some future Jeopardy contestants plugging Scrabble for the community.
yeah, I mean, he had a pretty epic run on that show. I'm sure you mentioned. Somebody must have mentioned.
Yeah, I was mentioning that I was living in the small town of Highland Park, New Jersey, at the same time that he was on the show, and
Hmm.
he was living there also, but I never saw him.
Ah, cool. Um,
I
yeah,
could have
he was a
been
10.
introduced to him earlier.
What's that? Oh, if you had run into him, you could have joined us earlier, huh? And think of how many words you would know. You would know outlaunce by now, Brian.
Well, uh, yeah, at the very least, hopefully.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I've started studying nines for the first time in my life. In this calendar year, January 1st of this year, I started. It's a lot of fun. It's tickling the same sort of part of my brain that sort of perversely enjoyed studying the very most high probability. Yes, Teleosaur, obviously. Ursiolite.
So, how do you study?
Oh no, Ureotelic. Ursiolate. It's ureotelic.
How do you study nines? Ziziva or
Um, I actually am using Word Vault, so Cesar's study tool for nines and Ziziva for sevens and eights. That's how I've been doing it. Um, I don't know that many. There's a bunch. I mean, I know them patchily. Um, but yeah, I know the ones that were just given to me. So
so, um, yeah, I guess I'll take a break here myself in a
sure.
second. I would grab a beer, but unfortunately, I don't have our locally beloved citywide Pilsner in my fridge. Otherwise, I'd grab one of those for sure.
Yes, the citywide Pilsner. Yes, another man. That was crazy. What a great find there. So, all right, you have to settle for water or something. That's fine. So it goes. Um, yeah, I let's see. So my word vault for nines. I've been studying them since the beginning of the year. I have um, 4,425 cards in the box. So we're making good progress. About 1,000 a month. So I would say at that rate, I'm probably going to know Um, at least 10,000 by the Worlds. Unless I step it up, it could be even more. My card box is about 100 a day. I try to do. Anytime there's less than 100, I add more. So it's going fast, I guess. I don't know. Um, seems like it's going pretty well. And then I'm going to know the nines, which is pretty cool. I probably shouldn't have shared that. I wish I wasn't so transparent, so that I could just show up at Worlds dropping nines down like the drop of a hat. So anyway, Heidi's here. If anybody wants to talk to her, it looks like she's looking at the Twitch chat. She'll probably respond. Let's see. Is she looking at the Twitch chat? Let's do a little test. Let's see if she is watching Twitch chat. There we go. There's the answer. Feeling Ghana ready. Yeah, I do feel like I'm going to be ready in a few more months. I've got my study back. I had not been studying words for probably 3 or 4 years. I started really focusing a little bit more on content stuff, trying to learn how to stream, trying to learn how to edit, all that sort of things. And I felt like my word knowledge wasn't really slipping that much. But then, of course, I started to feel a little bit of atrophy. Made a video, for example, about how I took 3 or 4 minutes to find footwear against Adam Logan. It's not really where I want to be. I'd like to find a word like that pretty instantly, and I just hadn't looked at words for years, so it came time to do a little refresher, and I've been doing that for 5+ months now, and it's going well. I feel like it's definitely helping. So it's not just nines. Yeah, oleo resin. That's right, oleo resin. That would have been crazy to see that be played. But yeah, I feel like whether or not I actually get to play words like that, it's just kind of fun to learn. Uh-oh, we got Bryant coming in out of frame. Yeah, dinosaur. What? That is an anagram, right? I feel. Look at him goofing. Dinosaur as an anagram. I think it's normal, right? Isn't it a normal word? Yeah, douaniers, right. I thought it was like an easy one. Um, Not so hard. Brian's having. Look at him. Nice. By normal, I just meant like not a weird only a 9, just an inflected 8. So it's easier. Right, exactly. So yeah, you're right, it's not normal. Says Raja, of course. Heraldist Tessildar.
I just missed Sriracha and a Woogle's puzzle.
Sriracha is very hard.
Yeah.
Porcelain. Yeah, porcelain being shouted out. I'm being batted. Nines are being given to me to bat out, but they're giving me all relatively high prob nines. If you go into the mid probs, I'm not gonna find them probably. Elidoisin. See, look, I'm getting him fast. So, yeah, we can blame Heidi and Terry for playing really fast here. is there is there anything else in there? There are a lot of DARs. We actually saw for stream heads, right? Brian, we actually saw 64-bit Scrabble is listing off all the DARs. Do you remember yesterday when Heidi potentially had Havildar?
Um, I don't think I was here.
Oh, was that a Dalski game?
Must have been.
Oh, okay. I thought that was in the afternoon, but there was a crazy, crazy play, which like was a Nigel level play. Sam trying to stump me with my own name, non-sacred ordinances. Um, And oh, what Heidi's given something. What is this? This is
Something.
too low prob for me to have studied.
Is it? It has Heidi almost in it.
Yeah, Heidy, Heidi. What is this one? I don't know. I mean, the problem with Infini words is I would need some more. Can I do it with just Heidi's stream key? I don't know how to do it. The problem is it's not my stream. I guess I could like go over to my stream, but yeah,
Oh,
um,
that never in a million years.
that could never happen. As you all know, that could never happen.
Sorry, never in a million years would I even guess this word that Heidi is.
Oh, the word that Heidi gave with the whatever that is.
I no idea.
Is it? It doesn't even look like a word.
No.
It's just.
I mean, I could give you a hint. It it ends in it just ends in a weird way. And it doesn't. I guess it's not. Okay, it ends in S, but maybe it's not plural.
Oh no! I know that word. I know that word from classics. Hendiades. Hendiades is a literary device in classics.
Oh, okay. Oh, because
Yeah,
that
I'm a
was
classic major. Classics major. Yeah,
I,
Hendiades. We that comes up in like Catullus and Horace and stuff like that.
it has no definition here in Ziziva.
Oh yeah, let me see. If I go to like, it's yeah. This is a thing that is like we would talk about this. Yeah, Greek and Latin. This definitely comes up. I have used this word in my life. When we were asked like all these cool Scrabble words like a syndeton and hendiades and zeugma. Those are all like literary devices that come from classics. So those are weird ass words that litotes, yes, nice one, Seth. Double negative.
Oh,
Zeugma nuts.
does does Litotes have any anagram?
I don't know. I better go take a dump and think on that. Um,
Subtle.
yeah, that's toilets, of course. Yeah, litotes, right? Slug biker, are you a classicist? Knowing all this, have you studied the greats? Catullus, Horace,
From the toilet.
Ovid. So yeah, wouldn't it be cool to know every word in the dictionary? That's I'm willing to sacrifice my other hobbies and friends to achieve that goal.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
Toileting. The act of performing one's toilet. That's what the definition is. That's pretty good. There are some really, really good definitions. So Heidi, in case you don't know, Heroin to Bots is Heidi's creation in tandem with ChatGPT. She somehow got ChatGPT to create a Twitch bot, which is like every bit as good as any other Twitch bot, if not better. And I'm curious, like, where it's pulling the definitions from. So, like, one of my favorite definitions is this. Let's see what it says. Yes, non-entry. The fact of not entering. Why? Why is it the fact? That's so bizarre. The fact of not entering. I've always been confused by that one. I wonder what it has for some of these other ones. There it is. I made a video with some of these, and it's pulling the good ones from, look at this one. Oh, we got 64-bit Scrabble in the chat who knows all these. I got all these from him. I basically milked him for content with all these definitions. He knows way more. Oh, did I not say that, Heidi? I attempted to give you more credit than ChatGPT. So you made it with ChatGPT's help. Did I say that ChatGPT made it with your help? Okay, I had it backwards then.
So you
Oh,
you
I should unmute her.
Not exactly correct.
you erroneously said
Oh,
that ChatGPT just made the decision to create a chatbot on her stream, and then she aided with that construction.
Yes. She should
Wow.
get the credit. I mean, she did all the work.
I'm just
ChatGPT
saying
is
I had to bring Chat GPT along quite a bit.
for sure. Um, yeah, it's huge. I mean, look at how good it
It was
is.
many, 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 many hours to get a functioning bot.
Heidi, how do we do a pattern search? I was trying to do that at the outset of the stream. So I was doing like pattern, you know, I was doing like this. Oh, it's the asterisk. Got it. Nice. Okay. Thank you. Now I know. Yeah, it's this, I guess.
Keller's here now, so I'll be
Okay.
able to start my game.
All right, sounds good. Good luck. Have fun. Last game of the day. We're going to mute her. And Jason has arrived to the streaming board. And yeah, this should be fantastic. Look at that. I mean, with all these wins, she has earned the right, deservedly so. She's in ninth place. Pairings are giving her a chance to take on the top dog. Jason actually is now up to 13 and a half wins with another win. So Jason running hot here at this tournament. Let me make this a little better. I think we can do better with the record and stuff like this. Make it bigger.
Also, a top 20 player coming into this tournament.
Yeah, no question. Jason's really strong. Definitely super accomplished player. Has very, very, very strong word knowledge. Yeah, definitely a tough customer. So hopefully, you know, I'm rooting for just a nice close game with a lot of fun decisions, and it would be pretty epic to see a win here, without question, to finish off the day. So, and if Jason comes out on top, hey, that's something that he has done very, very frequently at this tournament to everybody that's crossed his path. So, no slight to Heidi here. She just needs to stay loose and have a fun time playing her game. She's been playing a lot of great games.
She's
So,
hydrating. Important.
she is hydrating. I have also been hydrating.
Too.
Jason
Oh,
with
should
the
we?
first play.
We
Should
haven't done
we?
it. In
Oh,
five
yeah, we
minutes.
haven't high fived. Clink.
Blink.
Cheers to the Heroin to Birds stream team. All right.
Weird how
Jake.
we clinked twice there. Um, uh,
Oh,
oh,
weird.
well,
Weird tiles here.
I'd like to have a U with the Q, but you would like at least one more
Yeah.
vowel to go with that usually, and not these other letters.
Yep.
I'm struggling to even type these in.
Yeah, they're weird to type. All right. He is
Wanting to,
going to. Yeah, what do you even do with this?
but he was going to put down Heidi.
HEID is actually valid, but yeah, there we go. She spotted Sook. This doesn't feel great to play to give up your S, but Highs and Sook has to be right here. It just must score so much more than anything else. I guess, well, not that much more than just. Oh no, what's this? Is this worth. Why not? Sook going down. How many fewer points is this?
I'm sorry, need to catch up. Oh, yeah, okay. That's 9 fewer points.
That is kind of surprising. So a bunch of other possibilities there. Yeah, you could have definitely
I mean,
played like Jig or something, which would have been hilarious, setting up Sook in multiple directions and maybe doing even better if you draw some vowels. But sorry, Brian, what were you going to say?
oh, it was just that when we were interviewing her, I asked why she paralleled Joe instead of playing Jor down, hitting the J on the triple letter. I didn't mean to criticize her. I just meant to hopefully alert her to looking out for these types of options. And it's a similar kind of mistake here, I feel. Just kind of intuitively going for the parallel play, feeling like that will score a lot, but not seeing just the straightforward, um, you know, perpendicular play that scores more.
Yeah, for sure. Very similar type of mistake. Although, as you said, Jor, it seemed like she wasn't as confident in that word as she was of just playing Joe. But of course, the word here that we would have wanted to see played is the same. So this is definitely
Oh,
probably just an oversight.
I,
What's up?
um,
Oh, we got a doorbell situation.
oh no, no. Her first three tiles are my initials.
Oh, wow! There we go.
Uh,
Nice.
And this is
BCG.
a gift from my mom.
That's nice. I have some Scrabble tiles somewhere around here. But yeah, there we go. She's got them lined up right there. Moving tribute. So Jason with the first blank playing lattice, off to a good start here, but it does open up the board quite a bit, so she should be able
Oh,
to. Oh, here we go. Object.
my bad. I gave her suck, or I gave her the play that we wished she had played.
Yes.
So
So,
get caught up in a sec. Whoa. Okay.
oh, I see. You did the right. The positioning we hoped for. Instead, she played a different one. Then lattice and object, which I feel like this, how could this not be best unless I'm missing some fantastic play? Really interesting thing about object, though, is I got to imagine there are, whoa, not the shape I'm going for, a lot of extensions here. Yeah, there we go. So you could see objections, objectival. Objectival would be fantastic to get a V off with a play like that. Um, is that what other objectify doesn't fit? So it really looks like it's objectival or objections here. I'm guessing those would be the plays to go for, or objectives, right? So oddly, it seems like the V has now become kind of useful. I'm not sure I would feel that comfortable playing. Um, oh yeah, objection is missing from the list. Maybe it doesn't do inflections.
Well, you know, despite all these considerations, um, or because of uh, object, clearly the best play, and so good job spotting that so quickly.
Yep, for sure. And Oidia, a play you love your opponent to play.
Yeah.
Always happy to see that go down. Um, and
Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry. I
what
put it in the
happened? Oh, were you thinking it might have been a phony or something?
I thought it formed a phony because I put it in the wrong spot.
Got it. So, all right, let's see what we're gonna get here. Fetal coming
Wow.
down very fast. So, I didn't really see anything super much better than that, but something like O flag, if you knew that word, a very weird hook to flag. In Collins, you can put an O on top of flag. So I felt like that was the only play that was standing out to me as like, boy, I guess we got to play this, huh?
She
So
had she had a puzzle play here. She had a standout play.
she
And
did.
It's
Oh,
sad, sad,
floatage. Oh, yeah.
sad that she missed that despite seeing a good play through
Yeah.
the.
Nice. Okay. Tough one. That is definitely a tough one. Oh, I think it's round 16. No? Yeah, it is. So I think everything else is correct, but it's round 16. All right. Jason hitting Dogi pretty hard. Um, so here we have a toughie. So there is a Collins only 7 on this rack, which I just feel like this would be amazing if she knew this one. I'm a little concerned that it's just too low probability. And we're probably going to see an overlap on the top of the board. I'm sure there's some good ones somewhere here, maybe, or to the triple. There's got to be some decent plays up there. But yeah, Naga P has been pointed out. Jello Mocha's in the chat. That would just be amazing to see. Paganize is a word, but unfortunately, no good S to play that through. So yeah, what to do if you don't know Nagapi, Brian?
Oh, just basically what you said. Looks like just playing Pa, um, to the left of Dogi, uh, is a good play. Pagan, starting at the top in the same spot. Gap.
Interesting. Yeah, pagan. So the thing about leaving these nice leaves that contain ing is you always got to do that little check of where am I actually going to play an ing word if I draw it, and it's not 100% clear to me where that is. So between pa and pagan, I'm probably playing pagan here and not worrying super much about keeping the best leave possible, especially if it's, like I said, has that ing, which is somewhat of a fool's gold here. So pagan, oh, here we go. That looks pretty good. And then she's thinking about paganize, but again, no S or anything. So yeah, it is a shame. Naga P, I don't think she'll kick herself for that at all. There's just no way if you do not know that word, you could never come up with it. It's too crazy looking. So I think among human plays, this looks pretty good to me.
Um, so I'm running a simulation. I, it's kind of slowly going through the iterations, but early early results say Gap is kind of significantly better, than Pagan. Would you know why that is?
Gap with the G in the triple lane because you're getting ing bingos to
Oh,
that G, right? Is that where Gap wants to go?
uh,
Or no, it's the go ag and PE.
never mind. Like I said, it was early results. It's liking Pagan at the moment. So, um, but this is obviously, um, we're just wondering about the second best play here, after Naga Pie. But like you said, it's okay if she didn't see that from a human perspective. Yeah,
Yeah.
simulation's liking Pagan. Good play.
Yeah, I like it. Unfortunately for her, she left IE and drew more eyes. And Jason just made the very nice bingo of Chinaman, which is surprisingly good. I think what does it mean? I feel like it means something not like proper nouny. Let me see what it's. I'll try to get this in. Yeah, a tricky ball. Bowled by a left-handed bowler. I like that. It's tricky. Tricky ball. Um,
Okay, so it's okay if I throw that out at the bowling alley. Uh,
yeah, you can have your weird bowling ball and you just pat it very proudly and you say it's my Chinaman. Nobody's gonna get angry
yeah.
at you for that. So I definitely encourage it. Um, and everybody. Oh, it's a cricket, of course. If it's a Collins only word, it's probably cricket. Oh,
Oh,
nice play, Virino. This is a great way to get rid of 2 of 3 eyes, Brian.
great. So just to catch up, on the score, seems like Chinaman got a +5, right? For
Yes, it did. Yep, she gave it 5, which makes total sense. If you're not sure of that, it sure doesn't look like it should be a word.
Yeah, so she's doing something there that we've thought that her opponents should have done against her in earlier games. It's just, if you don't know the word and you have the 5 point challenge rule, just yeah. Um, Especially a bingo like high scoring bingo like that. Just risks.
Whoa! Oh my god, are we gonna see? I thought she was like putting together Genizot, but she was just alphabetizing. It seemed like some of the letters were going in the right place. She has a crazy bingo right here. I don't know if it's gonna stay open, but it fits right here. If she knows this word, I feel like there is a chance she might know this. Plays at J1. Oh, it plays here too. Plays in a couple spots, so it's unblockable. Um, all right. Oh boy, Waldo's. That is valid as well, but yeah, this is tough. So Jason is crushing it at this tournament, drawing well in this game as well.
Not bad.
Maybe there was some chance with a couple of these moves for Heidi. If she knows Nagapi, maybe she could, that's make it more of a game. But that would have been really tough. But now she's in a little trouble. She kind of has to see Jenny Zote here. Yes, Churro, a Chinaman is a tricky ball bowled by a left-handed bowler, which we think is a cricket word.
Well, English isn't Churro's first language, so if she didn't know what a Chinaman was, we'll forgive you for that. For native English speakers, it's a pretty well-known term, but
Yeah, we all know what that is. No, I'm just kidding. None of us know. Oh, right. Yeah, if she doesn't see Jenny Zote, Zag looks great. Just Zoe and Zag right here. It looks really good.
okay.
Nope. No problem. Again, you do run into issues like we were saying with the leave ing containing, and there's just no great place to play ing, but there are some good through tiles to play too, and maybe you can draw something there, maybe you can redraw something that plays here, so it's not hopeless leaving that leave. But yeah, I think she'll see a play here. Maybe she's looking for something heavier hitting with like EZO. There isn't really anything like that. So definitely expect her to play Zoe here. Yeah, or maybe she spots the crazy bingo. Just have to see, I suppose.
Yeah, she's got INGTION in there. She could be thinking about possible bingos through some of the letters in Waldo's, maybe Zagation. That's what would be running through my head. Or do I have some crazy bingo here with these nice letters, other than the Z for bingoing, of course. Um, so I might take a bit to see if there's a standout play here. Maybe she recognizes this rack, but doesn't remember the seven.
Huh, okay. Oh, she's going for zone. How does this compare in
And
score?
it scores more than it scores 55 compared to Zoe and Zag scores 51, but
Yeah, the leave.
a leave tinge is much better than GIT.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? With that, if you're keeping an I and a G, you'd want to keep the N as well, plus the E. And yeah, somewhat
Yuck.
surprisingly,
Yeah, not the draw she's wanting to see. Are we going to see another bingo? Oh, she looks to the camera. She
he
looks to
has
the
real,
camera.
he has real keys. This is not fair.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. How many bingos in a row is this? 3?
Oh, what do we call that when you have three bingos in a row in the Scrabble community?
Yeah, bingo, bango, bongo. As we've
Keeper?
heard. What's that?
I don't think you got the third one right.
What was I supposed to, sorry.
I remember you actually saying in Twitch chat one time that you think the new phrase should be bingo, bango, bunzo.
Oh, That's true. I did say that. I did say that. It's true. You can hold me to that for sure. So, all right, that's tough. What are you gonna do? You just got bingoed on a whole bunch of times. She's had a lot of good games today. Every so often, you're gonna hit the steamroller with a good player who draws well. She's been the steamroller a couple times today, but unfortunately, for those that were hoping for that really amazing last round streak to continue against the top dog in the whole tournament, he's just drawing really good tiles and making good plays. Don't want to, Chinaman is not an easy find, to know that that's a word.
No,
Um,
we expected him to play great. We just were hoping he wouldn't draw well at the same time.
for sure.
It's our heroine here.
Yep. So yeah, back over to Jason. He's up 140 prior to this play, and there's a lot going on. Well, not really. There's not that many great places to score or do much on this board, but that definitely is a good thing for him with the nice lead that he has. I guess if I'm Heidi, I'm probably thinking to myself, I have ED right here, which is actually kind of nice. A couple different places to play ED bingos. So if I could somehow dump a couple consonants and keep those two letters together, that would be what I'd be trying to do. How to accomplish that, not sure. You only have the one vowel, so it's going to be pretty tough. Are we looking at literally playing something sad like frig to get that accomplished? It doesn't feel great.
Yeah. Yeah, just playing fig or frig seems to be leading the simulations here. But unfortunately, of course, seeing 0% in the win percentage.
Wow. It's giving the zero. Really, it's not even giving a fraction of a percent. Normally it's good to give you something.
0.00.
Oof. All right.
Oh, point zero. Sorry, 0.11.
There you go. So you're saying there's a chance.
That she
Yeah.
plays fit. She has to play fit through the second eye in the arena right now. Or
Fit.
oh no, she could also play GIF through the eye in realties. Okay, no, actually, she's getting some more positive fog on the very bottom right. Also, these are her three positive win percentage plays. She's got to find one of these three plays though, right now. Can she do it?
I really appreciate the energy, yes, to try to infuse some of the drama in here. I'll try to play along. So yeah, I mean, what is even going to happen here though? Like is the simulation imagining that sometimes Jason is going to play like a vowel dump into the S and then you get a triple triple through that? Is that how the winning
Uh,
is?
I can try to ask Quackle what it's thinking, um, but I'm not sure I'm going to get an answer there.
It's
What
hard. Heidi just played refs into the S of Souk, presumably just trying to open some more space on the board. I think that's fair in the sense that, yeah, you do have your two ED spots, like I was saying, but pretty much any play into this area is going to block both for Jason at once, and Heidi does not draw the best here. So just one of those games, unfortunately, um, where, yeah, Jason definitely off to the races here, and he is going to play bye. All right, we can live with that. Not so bad, unfortunately. He's already up by quite a bit. I am enjoying this citation for Chinaman. How did Chinaman come to mean a bowling ball in cricket? Hopefully seems relatively PG. So,
I run another simulation and hope to see a. Ooh, we have positive win percentage if she plays Rontgen.
yes. Yeah, so these plays you're suggesting Rontgen through the E of refs. Of course, the computer in the simulation is basically doing that because it's sometimes taking a good equity play somewhere else on the board that does not block the triple triple, which a human being is not that likely to do. At least we now have retuning to cut the gap a little bit, tenuring. So she sees that. Very nice. Seems possible that he's going to block, or he's just going to bingo again. Sprawler? Oh my god. I would challenge this. This looks a little weird to me. Is this a word? It is. Oh my god. I would challenge that just to see, but it is valid. Um, and she's not even going to bat an eye. Down comes retuning. Um, so there we go. Finishing the game, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of time left. Look at these clocks. So we're off on we're finishing our session pretty early here after this insane quick game in which Jason played how many bingos here? 1, 2, 3,
Bunzo.
4, 5. Bingo, bango, bunzo, banjo, Irving.
That's right.
Pretty crazy. 5 of them. What can you do? Valiant. I mean, it was hard to say valiant effort in this game when your opponent was just all over it from the get-go. But this was a fantastic day of Scrabble by Heidi. She's 8-7. She's in 9th place as the 24th seed right now, having gained 82 rating points. And she just lost a game to a 2,000 rated player, so that's not going to do any damage to that. So she is well into the next centile of rating, and she's got 6 games tomorrow, presumably against people who are not Jason, who are going to be Jason's just a killer, and she's got a great chance to finish this thing with a fantastic record and almost certainly rating gain. Sorry, Brian.
I'm sorry, I just needed to correct you. Jason is not a killer, he's a keller.
True. I misspoke. So, all right, it looks like she's going to hop on the call, and we're going to see maybe she's just going to go. Not sure what device she'll use to try to avoid the audio issues that we experienced. Maybe there's no way. Uh-oh. We're going to we got some cool doxing going on here. Should we zoom in on the chats that are taking place on this? See the
Oh, is that from Heidi?
Yeah, it's the phone timer is on screen. Maybe I should just where is it? Phone clock. We can get rid of those so we're not doxing anybody. Or I could blast them up as big as possible on the screen so we can see all the good stuff. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't even want me to allow you to say that. Cool. All right, so hold on. I'm gonna figure it out as soon as she joins the call. I will have video participants.
So should we talk about the overall standings?
Sure.
How far is Jason Keller at this point?
Yeah, I'll bring them up here. They're here. So here are the standings. As soon as Heidi joins the call, we'll cut back and see how she's doing after that game. But look at that. Keller, 14.5 wins with a nice spread besides. So I guess a lot is hinging on Josh Sokol, Laurie Cohen, a couple of these other people in the top. This is a big game. Oh, wow, you can't really see that anymore. How about this? Is that visible? Not really. What's the best color for me to use? Oh, wait. Never mind. The drawing isn't on this screen anyway, so you can't even see my drawing. Okay. So, yeah, Josh needs to win to keep pace, and then Lori versus Dean is a pretty big game. But there you see our streamer in 13th place, still on that row. She's going to pass some of these people at 8-7. She has better spread than a lot of them, right? Like, she'll definitely... I don't think anybody at 7 and 8 is going to pass her. So depending on if Josh Sokol beats Prashanth, Heidi's going to pass him. If Andrew Golding beats Neil Gann, she's going to pass Neil. And if Ebekeme loses, she's going to pass him too. So Heidi could be in the top 10 at the end of today, depending. So yeah, we'll just have to see. Oh, wait, I have to show. Oh, Heidi's on the call now. Hold on. Sorry, we're going back. Heidi, can you hear us? Oh, hold on. Let me unmute you. Wait, why don't I see you? Oh, I know what I did. Phone clock. Okay, now we should be able to hear you. Sorry, I messed up. We should hear you now.
Oh, right, because I was muted on this device.
No, you weren't. Yeah, yes, you were. But I now unmuted you, so everybody should hear you.
Hey, Greenway.
And we got Josh coming up to say hi.
Oh, yay.
Where's the camera?
I don't think I hear
Here.
Heidi or anybody.
Is the mic on? Can I hear it?
I
Yes.
No. Can you hear him?
Yes, we can hear. The mic is coming through the phone, so we're getting ambient sound. So there we go. We got LPS head honcho Josh. Hopefully Josh is doing well. We all love Josh and LPS here. Yeah, that was a tough one, obviously. What can you do? Your opponent bingoed 5 times on you in this game. There was very little opportunity for you to change the course of this one, so that's how it goes. Finally, you lose a game to end the session, but overall, I feel like you have to be very, very happy with an 8-8 record, gaining 72 rating points, and a very real chance to pass a whole bunch more people. You could be as high as 9th or 10th when all the other games complete in this round, because your record and spread, I should say your spread, is better than almost everybody currently ahead of you in the standings. So there's a great chance you're going to be top 10 going into the final day, which is fantastic. We should all be giving a round of applause.
Hey, Will. High five.
Thank you. Okay, so what was the whole deal? I saw a bunch of stuff when I came in
I
the
can't hear
chat.
Heidi,
Like,
by the way. So I'll just-
you said you permitted that word? Like, was there something wrong?
People were talking about Chinaman, which refers
Yeah.
to a ball in cricket. So people were talking about the etymology of that word. And of course, Automod on Twitch doesn't know that, so I just permitted discussion about that word, which it's just,
Okay.
it just
I get
refers
it.
to a ball. So yeah, nothing weird. That's why that happened. But yeah, so yeah, people are definitely, I mean, it was a really entertaining day of games.
But for sure that word must have come from some slur, from some, right? Why the hell would you call a ball that?
Yeah, the citation for it was a little bit iffy. So I would say it is fair to say that it had racist origin. So yeah, it's maybe a little distasteful that it's still in there on that basis. But I think because it's not defined as an offensive word and it's defined as a cricket ball, and nobody bothered to go any deeper, we still get to play it, and I'm sure it's kind of annoying to see that come down. So yeah, that's the
Yeah, it was
story
pretty
there.
annoying to see that come down.
Yes. So all the more annoying in the process of getting bagged. So altogether unpleasant, but hopefully you can move past that and realize that today was fantastic Scrabble for all of us to enjoy. You played awesome. We were loving it. And you get to play 6 more tomorrow.
So, yeah, I don't know. I was pretty happy about making a spot for my ING bingo
When was that? With Fetal?
with Gord.
Oh, yeah, that was really good. Right, of course he had Sprawler ready to go down again. But that was definitely a good play, and then you drew it and hit it, which was great. Yeah.
So, like, obviously his bagging takes away from anything that I did, but I feel like I played okay, mostly.
Yeah, I would say there was a really, really obscure bingo in the Pagan rack that would have been super, super impressive of Nagapi, which I just don't think
Oh, I
you-
have seen that before, but I don't know it. Like, there's no way I would. I think I've seen it once.
Yeah, that would have been really, really tough. Other than that, yeah, pretty good. Maybe I don't know. There wasn't really much, Brian. It was definitely just sort of sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the fly.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just sorry. I'm just kind of staying out of the conversation because I can't hear Heidi.
Oh, right. I forgot. You can't hear her when we're. She can hear you, but I forgot that. Yeah, we weren't able to fix that. So yeah, yeah, I know that one is gonna leave a bad taste in your mouth for any number of reasons,
Oh, it
but
doesn't bother me. It's not. It's fine. I don't care. It's fine.
okay, that's good because there's so much good that happened today. Um, and hopefully you can hang your hat on that and come back tomorrow feeling great. So, yeah, I think there's a good chance you're going to be in the top 10 at the end of the day, which in this
Matthew's
field,
asking me about did I consider jig?
on the very,
What
very
did I
first
play?
turn, you played Sook on top of
Oh,
high.
I thought that would be a good thing to do. I don't know.
Jig is the benefit of Jig is just that it leaves a very constricted board.
Well, I thought Sook did also.
It did, yeah. I guess I don't know. I'm not sure. I think maybe the nice thing also about Jig is that it you get extra value out of Sook on another turn.
Mm.
So
But
yeah, I
no,
mean,
I wasn't thinking of jig. I was thinking of jugs or jug something. I don't know. Like I wasn't thinking of jig. Just playing JG. I didn't think of it.
yeah, tricky. Those early moves are like when you have terrible racks and an S and trying to maximize your advantage are really tough. So yeah, Sook definitely does leave a nice closed board. So you're definitely right to have that mindset, like 64-bit Scrabble says. So um, yeah. So yeah, in any case, not sure what the plan is for now. I don't know. There wasn't much to talk about that game. Do you have any final thoughts about how the day's games went? How are you feeling about today overall?
No, but like, how does he always draw the bag? Like it's crazy.
He's a good player. I mean, part of it is that he really never misses bingos pretty much, and that is going to lead to that snowball effect anytime you
Okay,
just never
that's
miss
fine.
stuff.
But sometimes you don't usually draw 5 bingos.
Me specifically, or one?
One.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, just every so often you're allowed to have a nice charm tournament. I would actually say Jason's rating is a little bit on the low side for him, coming in at 1998 into this tournament.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I would say, in general, he's hovered around the high 2000. So he's probably on a downswing, and maybe it's been a while since he had a tournament like this. So I hear you that, yeah, it doesn't feel good. And there are certain players where every time you see him, they're drawing something good. But I'm sure we're not seeing the games where he has to slog a little bit. So, yeah, that's all. But, yeah, in any case, I guess we're at the end of our stream today, so you get to go enjoy, have fun with everybody one more night, and then come back for 6 more games tomorrow, which we're very excited for. And we're gonna
I
have
ruined my streak though, my last game streak. But I won. I won a lot more in the before the last game, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, I think
Good.
it's okay. It's a fair trade to win all those other games today. Do you remember what your record was today? I don't even remember. It was was it 6-2?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was 6-2. I think you were 2-6 maybe, or maybe 3-5. I can't remember. Either way, a lot of wins, a lot of good opponents. So the winning record is especially meaningful, and you're up into 1500. So yeah, you're getting lots of love in the chat. Lots of people having Matthew with some nice words for you there as well. So yeah, I think
Thank you, everybody.
we'll just call it a session here. Okay, you were 3-5, so you went 5-3 today against a very good field, and you can see how it affected your rating. So cool. Any final thoughts for everybody in the chat, or for Brian coming to help us? Any praise you want to dole out before you go enjoy yourself this evening? Brian's awaiting.
I definitely. Oh, I don't know if that was for me, but I definitely wanted to praise Brian and say thank you very much. I love you so much for doing this, both of you, all of you, all of you who are helping me, all of you who are watching me, all of you who are rooting for me. It's just amazing. And yeah, it makes me happy every time I think about it. So yeah, I'm having a great time. And win or lose, it's like, yeah, it's been the best tournament. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
It is a pleasure for us to be here on Team Heroine to Birds, and Brian was listening attentively to your praise. I don't know if you saw that, and he seems to have liked what he heard there. So there you go. So, all right, with that, we're going to call it a day on the stream, and it's been a lot of fun. Heidi is at 8-8 going into day 3, and it's going to be a blast to tune in and see how she does tomorrow. So, hope everybody enjoyed the stream, and we'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern time and to cheer her on to see how she finishes. Either way, it's been fantastic. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.